Hey, y'all, and welcome to an all new, all tea, all shade with KOS. Tonight, I have a very special guest joining me tonight because we're going to recap the Housewives of Atlanta. We're going to talk about Basketball Wives. We're gonna have a good old Kiki session tonight. Um, my friend joining me is the people want to know. My fellow blogger out there hitting the streets, getting the tea, spilling all the tea. Please welcome him to
Thank
my
you so
show.
much.
KOS.
I am so humble and grateful to be here. Like, how can I say, King? I've been seeing you do this for years, and I'm just happy that I'm in your domain. I'm in your building.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for coming. You've been out there
Yes,
hitting the streets too. You've been doing your thing too. So I'm glad you had a little time to come by my corner and chop it up with me about these shows.
of course, of course. Let's get into this key.
So let's talk about it. So we're gonna talk about the Housewives of Atlanta, honey. The return of my show, your show, y'all show is back for its 14th season with a great cast. Another Nene less season ain't got good, and
Look at
Portia
you. Look
is
at you.
going
But no, it's
too.
not Nene list. Marlo is acting like Nene. Let's be clear. It's not Nene list. Her presence is always there, baby. They still bring her up.
They haven't brought it up
They
yet.
did. They used her flashback voice. Not a white refrigerator, honey.
when
Not a
when they
white
flash
refrigerator.
when they flash back to her because I
You
didn't
remember
I
when they
missed
flashed back about Kenya when Marlo was talking about? We'll get into it. We'll get into it. We'll get into
it.
it. I'll tell you the clip, and I bet you all our fans go run and try to see it. But yep,
So the Housewives of Atlanta premiered this 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
They're back, and we're gonna talk about the first. To get to the first episode, we're gonna talk about the first three that came out. We're gonna
Okay.
start episode one. So we saw girls back. We saw Kenya and her Dance with the Stars rehearsal, and Candy and Marlo show up to support her. So, what was your thought about that whole scene?
Um, what I liked about it was that it was fresh. It was different. They had a lot of flashback voices. Like when Sheree walked up, it was it was who go check me, boo. So it was cute. I could say that they were sitting down talking about, Sheree's new man. Well, he's not a new man. This is why Nene and Sheree fell out in season 5, no 4 behind Tyrone. So Lyrone, as Nene would call him, is with Sheree, and they were having conversations about that. I think it was cute. I think it was very fresh. It was different. It wasn't, like a how can I say, it was a good opener. I say it like that. It was a good opener. Having the OG come back, have veterans there. It was nice. It was nice. It was a great opening.
I agree. I enjoyed the opening, and as you mentioned, Sheree did join the girls at the studio, and they had their whole Kiki session themselves and
Mhm.
Carl and everything. I enjoyed the scene. I thought it was, like I said, a good scene, good fresh start to the new season. Portia's going, ain't got good. Ooh, God's good. And
But then did you
Cynthia
hear that?
is
But did you hear that? Did you hear that flashback? Bye, Ashy.
I didn't hear that flashback of it was a cute flashback of the past that
Bye,
was very much
Ashy.
so. Yeah, it was a funny flashback, but it was
But
this
and
TV.
then what I love about it is that I can say this. Kenya has opened up her heart a lot. I feel like her vetting, like her I'm trying to find a good word to use. Her keep saying that she would love to see Portia back. I feel like that to me, it sounds like they're in a good place.
It sounds like Kenya is grown, Kenya is mature, and Kenya, in my opinion, Kenya knows what's best for the show, and she knows Portia is a fan favorite. So Kenya's all about what's best for the show, unlike Candy, who's all about herself. But we get to that
Right, right.
later.
And
Kenya
I can
can
say
push
this
out
though
her,
too. In Nini's defense too, she says the same thing about Kenya. Kenya is great TV.
She has said that, and she has said that in the past, and that's that she's great for television, but that's why Nene was threatened by Kenya because Kenya, is the queen, you know, of the show, and Nikki knew that. but yeah, that was a good scene of the girls, and like you said, Sheree talked about her and Tyrone, and they getting it in, and she, getting that dick, and I was like, yes, Sheree, yes. Get that backpack. I know that's right. Cause she been on a dry spell for a while. I mean, she been holding that man
I
down
know. Wow, honey, he been in jail for how long?
a long time, and she been holding it down. Like, I mean,
I'm
I know
surprised he didn't.
she.
I'm surprised he didn't come out. You know,
You know what?
we gonna leave it at that. We gonna leave it at
Dad
that.
really love, but yeah, that was a good little scene, to catch up scene, and we also learning that same scene that Candy and Tyler are not having relations, which I don't know why she wanted to share that with the world, because I
I
didn't even
can't
know
wait to
that.
see. I can't wait to see when Kenya says that your husband should fuck me.
Child, I'm just so. I mean, I'm just over Candy at this point. I don't know why she's back for another season.
I think
Um,
they're about to give her a beautiful exit
they need
because
to, and they
they
need to.
want Phaedra back because you see that she's in the
Yes.
Dubai trailer. She's about to be on Ultimate Girls Trip season 2, Ex
Yes.
Wives. So I mean, Phaedra needs to come back, and Portia. It will be a great season with them as an addition to the ladies we already have, minus Candy.
I definitely think that they would be, if they did come back, it would be interesting, because I feel like if Portia were to come back, her and Kenya would join forces to take Marlo down.
Put A Marlo down.
Yeah,
But
that's what would happen.
what I don't like about the Marlo situation, and what I never liked about Marlo, was that the fact anytime somebody that she didn't like, she would team up against them. Like last season, she teamed up against Portia with Kenya because
Hmm.
she was in Kenya's good graces. I don't like fake shit like that. If you friends with me, be friends with me. If you friend
I
like
agree.
be like Cynthia. Cynthia was neutral. You get what I'm saying when it came to the friendships. She
I
wasn't one
agree.
sided. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
I
So
agree.
I feel like Marlo, if she pulls on anybody coattail she can to do the show. You get what I'm saying? And
Oh
now
yeah.
that Nini's not there, who other coattail could she pull on for a little bit? And that was Kenya. And now Kenya then threw her to the wolves because of course they're in the battle of throwing shade, but Marlo took it too serious. She's too sensitive.
She's sensitive, and she can dish it, but she can't take it when it's given back to her. And you have to be able to dish it and take it. That's
Mhm.
what I respect about Kenya, because Kenya can dish it and she can take it and take it well. Because everything said to her that I probably could take personally myself, that she has taken and has laughed it off, and threw her shade back and kept it pushing. She didn't, you know, she's built tough, and Kenya's
Mhm.
built tough, and I think because of her background, and her going through what she went through, and I having a mom, that made her so strong. And Marlo should be as strong, because Marlo didn't have her mom either. Her mama chose drugs over her, but we get to that later, honey.
Okay.
But we see why she's living a life of prostitution. We get to that later, but oh,
Not the life of prostitution.
yes, honey. The girls say, honey, Miss Marlo been out
They
there.
say Marlo's a night crawler.
Yeah, she is. She's late of the night, honey. That's why she keeps that townhouse in the ATL, honey. She does her thing, honey. But look, I ain't mad at her. Do what you do, boo. But don't
Right.
act
Do what
like
you
you
do.
just don't come on the show acting like you just that girl, and you want to say people are beneath you,
Now
and
he was. Now I can't say this. Now I can't say this. That heifer was smart for to have that older man to buy her house and buy her mama
oh, she
house.
was.
Now
She
she
was
was
definitely smart.
smart. Now she
Oh
was
yeah,
smart. Now
she
that's one
definitely
smart
was.
Aquarius. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, she's smart, what I'm saying? And she also, tried to sleep with Nene's ex, honey, and get money out of him, honey, and blackmail
Yeah,
him too.
John. And like she said, what a
Yes.
20,000 on my Neiman's bill.
Yeah, how you gonna use your friend's man
But
to get money out of
that's
him?
why Nene was mad with her season 6 when she said, "Don't have me call Portia," and she said, "Don't have me call Marlo." And
Child.
Marlo was trying to get money out of John, and on top of that, she was sending text messages with Nene and John's conversations.
Yeah, she was. She not Marvin knows some dirty stuff, some low down stuff to Lethea. That's why I was
Yeah,
shocked
it
that
was low down.
her and Nene became friends again. Was I'm like, how can you become friends with somebody that did you that dirty, that low down. Because Nene is the queen of, I don't deal with people who are low down and dirty. But you align yourself with somebody that was low down and dirty to you. I just understand the. I understand that because Nene is that.
Right.
It's always against that. It never wants to be around people who would stoop so low.
Well, I mean, you got to think about it too, though. Like she brought Marlo on. She knew Marlo outside of the show before Marlo even came to the show.
Well, she didn't. Well,
Yeah.
no, actually, Phaedra brought her on the show. She came on through Phaedra, and
Oh, take me back. Take me
yeah, you
back.
remember she came on through Phaedra. Your girl Lee said, Phaedra. She came on through Phaedra. Honey, Marlo was of the elite. But then when Marlo joined forces with Nene, she was everything but of the elite.
You're right.
So
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right about that. And what turned Phaedra and Candy and Sheree off was that she had 12 mug shots.
yes, child.
And like she
I mean,
said, don't let them 12 mug shots fool you.
yeah, she is. I mean, she is an ex-con, honey. Ex-con.
Like Tia said, I'm iconic. She's an ex-con.
Yes, I live. But it's so so in this episode we get to meet Sonya. We met Sonya, the new housewife, Sonya Richard
Yes.
Cross. What you think about her and her introduction with
Uh,
Drew and
I've
Ralph?
been I've been knowing Sonya since WeTV. I can say she's more in tune with her culture. I guess
Oh,
we get to see her
definitely.
culture way more because on WeTV we really didn't see her culture like that. But now a lot of people are saying like she has like a fake accent and things like that. I think it's kind of like put on a little bit, like her accent. But far as like who she is authentically, she's authentically Jamaican. Her family is authentic Jamaican. I found it kind of odd that her mom and sister were arguing about beef patties. And everybody had their own box. I kind of found that a little odd, but you can tell that the family dynamic is very much they argue a lot. So we're gonna probably get that a lot this season from them. I believe that her family will be like the next Mama Joyce, Aunt Bertha, and them. So we gonna see how that's gonna be. But that's just my thoughts about Sonya, and I like her. She's a breath of fresh air. She's funny. She's kick ass.
I definitely enjoy Sonya's energy on the show so far. She is so sweet and she's so sweet and so just and she's a breath of fresh air, and
Hmm.
she just seems like is genuinely excited to be there and to really get to know the girls. And she's not coming for somebody. Like normally when the new girls join the show, they always come in with a target to come at somebody,
Right,
usually
right.
Kenya. And I love the fact that she came on here completely different and just came on here, genuinely wanted to connect with the girls, and she already knew, she knows Candy, kind of knows Candy, and she already knows Drew. She came on through Drew. So she met Ken for the first time and met Sheree for the first time and met Marlo. So I love that she came here authentically herself. And me and Jean went with. I don't think she's Jamaican. That's where she's from. She's from Jamaica. She was born in Jamaica. Her
Mhm.
family is Jamaican, and I don't. I don't. I would never question somebody's accent or say someone's not being genuinely who they
Right.
are. I mean, that's where she's from, her heritage. She's a proud Jamaican queen, and I live for it. And I watched her on WeTV too on Science Glam and Gold, so I already knew her pre-housewife. She does have a
Exactly.
resume. She's on Let Me Go medalist. She's not a prostitute. She's not in that school. She actually had a career before
Exactly.
the show.
And a
We actually
lovely,
Google her.
lovely, lovely, beautiful husband.
Beautiful family, beautiful husband, beautiful son. I remember when she was doing on the WeTV show, she was trying to
Hmm.
get pregnant and was wanting to start
Yes,
a family
yes,
then. So
yes.
to see her with her beautiful son, and I
Amazing.
love her. Her family,
Amazing.
9 people in the house. God bless them because I cannot do it.
Girl,
That's a lot.
that's too many people.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot.
Ah,
It's a lot.
yeah, yeah.
Um, and so then moving on to my girl, Miss Usador, Pittman, and
Oh, I
Ralph.
love Drew.
The
At first, let's be clear. Let's be clear to the public. King did not feel Drew last season. Let's be honest.
Boy, I'm
He
saying
was
I didn't, I'm saying I feel. I'm saying I didn't feel. I'm
he
saying I'm gonna
wasn't
feel
seeing
Drew
it for
because
her.
I. I'm gonna say I didn't feel Drew. I'm gonna say that. I didn't like Drew. I didn't like Drew coming in under Portia's wing because I felt like
I get what you're
she came in
saying,
through Portia, and her
and
and
you
Portia
felt like
was
she
looking
had a
for the
bias
show.
towards
And yeah,
Kenya.
she was. It was a biases, and Portia had already kind of fed her information based on her experience before she came on the show about these girls out in
Mm-hmm,
Kenya. So I felt
mm-hmm.
like she came on the show already having this like
Gunning for her.
this prejudgment of Kenya before she got to know
Mm-hmm.
Kenya, and I didn't like it. I felt like she didn't come on like Sonya. Sonya didn't come on prejudging anybody. She came on herself, not through somebody that if it's on the show already telling her don't do this, don't do that. Like Drew is not then tell Sonya to come on here and I don't like this person, so you don't need to like them. I feel like Portia kind of put that in her ear to not
Right.
really get close to Kenya, and I felt like there was a lot of reason why her and Kenya didn't get along. And had this beef last season, and I'm glad that this season my girl Drew has glowed
We gonna get
up,
to. We gonna get.
looks fabulous. Her and Kenya are in a much better
We
space.
gonna
I'm
get
here
to that
for it.
space too, because I want to talk about that a little
I'm
bit.
here for it.
A
But
little.
yes, so we see Sonya and her husband and Drew and Brown working out, and Drew doing the workouts with they're working out with the couples, and Drew talks about her different things she has going on with health and fitness, and
Mm-hmm.
that whole scene. Did you enjoy that scene when they were working out with the Rosses?
I like that. It was different. It was. I can say this. It's given old Atlanta. It's given '08.
Oh, definitely,
It's given '08.
definitely.
And I feel like with that whole scene, it took me back. It took me back to when Kim was getting lasered and eating pizza
Yes,
in that
definitely.
townhouse over in Sugarloaf.
Yes, honey. It definitely reminds me of '08 season one of the show. Just this the organicness of it all. I love it. I love the production too. The production
Yes,
this season is on they have
yes,
I'm glad they got new producers because you can tell they took their time to make sure the editing was done right this
yes,
season. As far as the cutting and of scenes and construction of the story so far, I like how they're flowing. I like that. Now we're gonna get on editing later because I have an issue with editing as far as these shows go. We're gonna get into that later on as we get further into the show. But we also learn from Ralph and Drew. They have some issues going on with Ralph's assistant. Texting him inappropriate stuff. Regarding a massage, and Drew kind of disclosed that to Sonya that she didn't like that, and then she had an issue with that and got Sonya's opinion on it. What you think about that whole thing, the conversation with the whole texting of the Ralph assistant?
Now, when I spoke about this on my podcast last week, well, when it first, came out, like the next day I spoke on it. My thoughts were that he's in the doghouse, very much in trouble with me, in my opinion. The trainer shouldn't feel that comfortable. You get what I'm saying? To offer you a massage. I think that's very disrespectful. You know that this man has a wife. Was this your way trying to get on the Real Housewives? You get what I'm saying? And now you look stupid because now they're just going to go back and forth about it. You're not going to even show up on camera. So then on top of that, you're going to be let go because you made this advance towards this woman. Now I can say this, like I said on my podcast, I feel like Sonya questioned him a little bit because she was new to the group, so she wasn't really questioning him like she knew the man. But Candy was all up in his grill, and while you so much up in his grill, you need to be on Todd's tail. Because Mama Joyce been told you from the beginning, she don't see it for him. Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough to keep me off your ass, baby. So you need to go after Todd and make sure that you get all your little restaurant stuff in order because the Lanithia's got an A. I heard you got a C. Let's talk about it. Let's talk
um,
about
um, I the whole text thing, I do agree. It's inappropriate on
it.
the on his assistant to text him because you could tell she was being flirty. The what she texted was a flirty type of text, and she knows he's married, and that's her boss or
Right.
was her boss because we did learn that he did fire her.
And I
But
feel
they're
like
still
Drew wasn't
friends.
mad enough. She wasn't mad enough to me. Like
I mean,
just to be
I think Drew was to me. Drew was angry, but I think because she probably was more angry off camera and didn't want to explode on camera. And I understand that because you don't want to be you don't want to explode like that on camera. You want to explode, be emotional off camera. I wouldn't want to do all that on camera. But I definitely could tell Drew like genuinely was pissed, but she didn't want him to. She didn't want him to. She didn't want him to not be friends with this person. Tell him that she wanted him to make the decision to remove her out of his life, whatever. And we learned that he did fire her. I definitely, like I said, think agree that it was not appropriate for him to be texting her or them she texting him and his response to the text message was, I'm a man. He said, I'm a man. And I got what he was saying. Now, like we didn't get it, but I'm a man. So I understood what he was saying. It's like, I'm a man. Like, she texted me. I didn't take it seriously. I think that's what he was saying. Like, as a man, he didn't take it as a bad thing. He didn't take it as something inappropriate. And most men don't. Because like, if you get a text message, you're not like reading like, oh, this is bad. Like, you're like, oh, okay, it's cool. What's up? That's dope. Okay. What did you think about his response when he said that? What did you think?
I think that for me, that would be a typical man answer. But at the end of the day, you got to think about your wife. You got to think that you're on a public platform. You get what I'm saying? So and don't get me wrong. I love the fact that this is being shown because it's showing their actual life. It's not a fake storyline. You get what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
their actual life. They actually have a situation with that. And then I like the fact that Bravo and production is kind of like giving you a continuation, because let's not forget last season we had a problem with Ralph going to Tampa. So it's kind of like got the viewers like teeter-tottering, like do we side with Ralph? Do we side with Drew? I think we're gonna go with Drew because we still don't know about Tampa. You get what I'm saying? So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of puts him in a compromising situation because he's a good-looking man. I feel like that's how he gets by, because his looks. He looks good. So a lot of women that's watching the show, or like, the LGBTQ community, will give him a pass because he looks good. But at the end of the day, we have to still look at it as this man is married to Drew Sadora. This woman is beautiful. She can have anybody, and I know he knows better. That's why. And by me saying that, I want you to know, Ralph, do better, because I know you watch and listen to us. So do better, because
um,
at
you
the
know,
end of the day, you have a great wife. You get what I'm saying? She stands 10 toes down for you, because we're going to get to that in the second episode, how the way she's standing 10 toes down for you, even though you messing around with the little assistant with a massage. A
but,
little, not trying to do a little CC from Basketball Wives, a happy ending.
but Rapper's not done anything. Rapper's not cheated on her. There's nothing any
Mhm,
proof, no
mhm.
receipts, nothing shown, nothing proven that he's
Right,
done anything
right.
inappropriate in his
That's true.
marriage.
That's true.
I'm Team Ralph. I'm a Ralph fan. I like Ralph. I think Ralph was a great husband. I enjoy him on the show. I liked him last season. I like we just a vibe. Just his energy. He gave me Apollo, because Apollo was a vibe.
Yes,
Like,
that's what I and
he
that's
was
what and that's what
chill.
I
He was just
really that's what I
fun.
really got
Not about
from
the
him.
drama. And
That's what
Ralph's
I
not
got.
about the drama.
That's what I got from him, was a little Apollo. I got that. Minus the scamming, but I
Yeah,
got a
mine
little.
said just his energy, his personality. I feel like
Yes,
because he's not
yes,
about the
yes.
because Ralph is not about the drama either. Ralph does not want to be in the midst of drama. Ralph wants to just have a good time and wants to get along with everybody and just chill. And I feel like him last season this narrative was created because he went to Tampa, but nothing was ever proven. There was nothing proven that he actually cheated. But
Right.
the show and the fans created this narrative, and the show took it and
And don't get me wrong,
it's dragging
I
it out
was one
this
of the
season.
people. I was one of the people believing that he probably did have like a little infidelity, because it's like, why won't you tell your wife, man? Tell your wife. So I was getting kind of upset with him about that, because we really like Drew. The people want to know we really like Drew a lot. So it kind of was like a little heartbreaking seeing her go through that, because she really wanted to know, and I think that it was like, he eventually told her, but I feel like he should have told her on the national platform, because they were trying to spin a narrative on them. You get what I'm
But
saying?
they did, but see, the narrative was fun, and the fans fell into that narrative, and the producers of the show decided
Ran with it.
they were going
Hmm.
to drag it out, and as we see this season, which we get to later, that they drug it out, and then now they're adding layers on top of it, which pissed me off because that's something I don't like when they do on these shows. Because it's a fine line, and especially with marriages, and I just don't like when they try to fuck with marriages because they do that a lot on the
Mhm.
shows, and they have a beautiful family. They're young. They have, like I said, a beautiful family, great kids. Like
And that's why I can't. That's
I
why I
like
can't. And I want to make this very clear. That's why I can't respect Giselle Bryant because she messed with too many people marriages. That's why I can't mess with her.
that.
She couldn't
but
even mess with her own. But anyway, I digress.
but yeah, because we we're gonna move on from ankles. Um, um,
Yes, for the read. Yes, for
Marlo,
the
Marlo invites the girls to the
Lee Archive, Lee eBay.
late archive, honey. Via a cheap raggedy laptop invite with a low budget video from with a model going door to door as if she was selling Girl Scout cookies to the women, honey. Invite them to her event, and we see the event. And we found out what I found out is the web found out that Marlo sells reused, repurposed clothes. She's a thrifter. And she can't spell. So what you think about her not being able to spell her company's name correctly? And Miss Sonia pointed it out to the girls, and the girls started reading Marlo's event like from top to bottom, which I live for.
Okay, do you want me to talk about the whole scene, or do you just want me to talk about what you pinpointed?
The what I pinpointed, and we get to
The
the
scene.
form.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The name spelling that was first. To me, I feel like you can like okay, she misspelled it. I mean, like it takes me back to Mama Jones when she spelled physicotic instead of psychotic. Uh, that was a good little T joke. But yeah, like if
Yes,
you really look at if you really old school loving hip hop New York, you know what I'm talking about. Um,
yes.
yeah, physicotic. It reminds me of that. So I mean, like, it to me, Marlo's just about her money. She don't give a damn how the way it's spelled. It could have been spelled correctly, incorrectly. She's about her money. Secondly, the clothes being reused. I had a feeling that they were reused because I seen some of her reunion pieces in the showroom. And then I seen some of her the one that was sitting down, the J Lo's dress, the Versace dress, that was J Lo's actual dress. So she actually bought the dress. So I mean, some of them are reused, some of them are for celebrities, but they're actually for shows. And I actually seen her on some shows recently where she's been listed as wardrobe. So I mean, she that's what she wants to do. She's doing her thing. I never down a woman about anything that they do, especially if they black and they hustling. You get what I'm saying? And she's not trying to get her money from an old white man. You get what I'm saying? So I mean, my hats off to her. What was the other
My
point?
side, honey. My
What
hats
was
are
the
off to her.
Well, as far as business, I never downplay anybody. I mean, that's your business, that's your job, that's your bread and butter. Besides this show, I mean, that's how you really eat outside of the show. So I mean, kudos to her. You get what I'm saying? Like anybody that opens up a store on the show or anything like that, like I want y'all to support them on my side of the camp. Please support, regardless if you like them, you don't like them. If you do, you feel indifferent, support because at the end of the day, we only got each other, especially in the black community.
Oh, you're so kind and so gracious with your words. I don't support trash. I don't support hood rats. I don't support hookers, hoes. I don't support prostitutes. I don't support people who are evil, and she's evil. So I will not. Yeah, I will not be supporting a late archive. Now, when she can spell it late archive and spell it correctly, then I will support her. Until then, I will not be
Oh,
supporting
and she got
Marlo.
the help. She got the help from Naked Mole Rat, Rico Chappelle. Let's talk about it.
The powder head, okay, yeah, yeah, come on, yeah. I see why it's yeah, baby, we gotta talk about we have to talk about Mr. Rico Chappelle another day, honey, because there's so much about him in the ATL streets, honey. Falling out with all the
Honey,
girls, honey.
honey, honey,
I mean,
honey. Miss Quad. She
yes,
lost
she
it.
ain't
She
got it.
lost
She ain't
it.
got it, honey.
No,
She
she
definitely
lost
don't
it.
got it.
She lost it.
Yes, she did, honey. She definitely lost it,
Mariah.
honey.
Jason
Yes, Miss
Dr.
Mariah,
Jackie.
honey.
Lisa Nicole. Dr.
Yes,
Henry.
Toya,
Toya.
yes.
Mariah.
Yes. But moving on
Yes,
to the scene, going back to the scene, Marlo, and the girls were chatting it up, and they all look good one by one coming
Oh
in.
wait, before you
I,
get into that, you did say Sonya did report back to them. Let me speak on that really quickly.
well, no, we didn't get to that yet. I didn't get to that part
Oh, okay,
yet.
okay. I thought you did. Okay.
Um, uh, they all came in. They all look gorgeous. First of all, how do you have an event and you get upstaged by five other bitches? Because
But
let's be clear,
I'm about to wait my turn. I'm about to wait.
they upstage her. When I tell you, Miss Kenya Moore shut it down.
I don't give a damn what nobody say. I was
She
waiting for
came
you to
and
say
ate the
that.
girls up,
When
and I
I
was like,
tell
"How do you
you,
let?"
I even had to message King about that, and he already know I'm not a big Kenya fan. I'm
Let
not
me
a
not
big Kenya
y'all.
fan. But baby, she got eliminated that morning. That night, Mama was stepping.
She killed him. And I
She
tell
got
you,
out the she got out that Tesla truck, baby. Hit that
yes,
corner. I said, "Ooh, this bitch got on a sick dress. Oh my god, ponytail for the gods. Kenya look good.
yes.
Kenya look out of everybody. Kenya look good.
Oh yeah, she definitely killed it. I mean, my girl came and
I didn't like
just
what
put it
Drew had
down.
on. I wasn't really feeling what Drew had on.
I,
I'm gonna be
I
honest with
love
you.
what you had on. I loved her
I
dress. I thought
wasn't
you drew.
feeling it.
I was, cause let me say, with
And
Kenya,
Sonya be looking too buff to me too.
see with Kenya look regal, elegant. Kenya,
Oh
I
my
knew Kenya was gonna
god.
kill it. I knew Kenya was gonna come and do what he could never do. One, and that's kill it, honey, and look
Okay,
classy,
you
elegant,
love so much shade.
sophisticated, regal. Giving, I mean, she literally upstaged Marlo without even having to try.
Mm-hmm.
Marlo, we get to Marlo in a minute. As far as Drew, I thought Drew was cute. I love the bun. While Marlo was hating on her bun, the bun was quap, honey. She looked
But let's
good.
give credit where credit is due. Why did she say something about the bun? Like, come on now. Like you
Because
y'all
Marlo is
coming
a
to my
hater.
event. I'm hearing y'all talking shit about my event. So
But
what am
we
I
see,
supposed to do?
but see, but the thing is, speaking of that,
And that's not cool to me though. Like
speaking of that,
just to be honest with you, I feel like if it was like just say for instance hypothetically, it was like a charade event. We just gonna say hypothetically. I wouldn't want nobody talking shit about Sheree neither. Like I feel like at the end of the day, this is when y'all supposed to support each other. You get what I'm saying? Fuck all the I don't like you, we into it, or I got little bitty shade to throw at you. Like it's a time and place for all that. You get what I'm saying? Like it's supposed to be fresh, it's supposed to be fun. Like at the end of the day, this
it
woman was
was fun.
she's trying to do a business, and I feel like all them like the little shade that they was throwing and things like that, they've been wanting to get that shit off their chest, and then they turn around and say, "Oh, it's just a key. It was just shade," to cover up the fact that that's how you really feel. I mean, if you really feel that way, say it. Don't be a fake ass bitch. Don't be no wolf in sheep's clothing. Come at me. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not really a Marlo fan to remind y'all, but at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong, and I'm gonna always call it out.
but but getting to that, because what speaking of the girls were trying to get up, like I said before, and early in the
Mhm.
in our conversation that the girls were reading Marlon's event from head to toe because they were, giving that they were talking to each other about the event, and Candy was questioning how Marlon could afford all this, and and Kenya was agreeing agreeing and was like well not really agreeing but was like Marlon could have done better. She felt like Marlon could have done more because it was a fashion show with no fashion show. And so it was confusing because it's like, what are you like? How are we supposed to know what you're doing as far as fashion was what we see little mannequins, little bald headed mannequins at that, just sitting around. Like so, the girls had the right to dissect because Marla does it at every event. She literally goes to people's events and reads the events down. Oh, this is cheap.
She
Oh,
do,
this
she
and that.
do,
So
she do.
Marla does it
I
to
give
every to
you
the
that.
girls too.
Okay, I forgot about that. You're
Yeah,
right.
so
You're right. You're right.
Marlo does it all the time. So it's not like Marlo
You're
do it
right.
to the girls.
You're right
And so I
about
feel like Marlo, I feel like Miss Sonya being the bone carrier, honey, the already
oh the
child.
new bone carrier. Yeah.
She went
And
back and told Marlo only
she
half of the.
carried the bone
She
wrong.
carried it wrong. She carried it wrong and only
That's one thing I can say about Sheree.
told half
Yeah,
of the
never carry it
story.
wrong, and it won't never drop out her mouth.
Yeah, because her and Sheree told the story. They only told half of the story, and I was glad that Candy told Marlo, "Hey, we're just Kenya. It was all of us." Because Marlo was her aim was at Kenya, and
Yeah,
Candy was like, "No, we
because
all talked about your event."
they just became friendly. You get what I'm saying? Like, well, they've been friendly for a minute, And it's just like, damn, bitch, you talking about me? Like, damn, I thought we was cool, Kenya. But then I'm
I mean,
glad
but
Kenya.
it was light shade. They all do light shade.
But I mean, but the way it was reported back to her, it
It
wasn't
was
as
messy.
like
It
shade.
was. It was
You get what I'm
messy. And I
saying?
was glad
Well,
that
of course, quite
Candy
naturally,
cleared it up.
If I was Marlo too, I would have been mad too. You know, until
I
I
mean, I
got
would be mad
clarity.
too, but
Until I
see,
got clarity. Until I got clarity.
yeah, and I was glad that Candy
And I
cleared it
feel
up and
like
said, "Hey,
once she got clarity, she kind of bagged off of King.
yeah," because Kim was getting in that ass. Kim let her know, like,
She really was. She was
you,
like, "Why you cussing at me?"
Kim was like, "This ain't what you want, boo. This ain't what you want. You cannot read me, honey. You cannot read, and you can't when you
He
got
said,
to learn
"No." He
first."
said, "No, I'm not a reader. You're the reader."
I was here for it. Matter of fact, I mean,
Everybody
right
bitch,
here.
you gotta learn how to read first. So, bitch, you're the reader. I'm not the reader. But, bitch, I go below the belt. First at me, Marlo. When you say I can't read. Girls, save your money for a new FedEx label to ship your used clothes to eBay. LeBay by Marlo. I'm here for you. From Dior to Chanel. I wrote a lot of dicks for these pieces. It's not a bad idea, actually.
It was a read for me. That
It's
was my favorite
her telling
moment.
herself, "I wrote a lot of dicks for this."
That was my favorite moment. I mean, because Marlo, was like I said, she was mad and she was going in, but you can't go in with the heavyweight. Like she can
But
go
I
toe to
think,
toe
but I
with
think, but I
she
think,
can.
why do you think Kenya kept saying, "Don't cuss at me, don't cuss"? I feel like they say "bitch" all the time. I feel like
But it was a
she
mud, but
wasn't
it's
being
her
mean.
event. Like this is Marlo's event. Like it looks very it looks tacky. It looks ghetto that you were
And
cussing and doing all this holler at your event.
then
This is your event.
the part that kills me is that it was in the Georgian ballroom
Yes,
where
and
they
then
did the
that was all the reunions.
reunions.
Yeah, so that's all the reunions,
The
honey.
very first reunion was held. The second, the third,
Yes, a
and
lot
the
of reunions.
fourth, and the 10th.
Yes, that's a mainstay for the reunions. Um,
Yes.
but but Marlon was doing her
It did
yelling and
cost some
screaming.
money though. It did cost some money though. We
I
can't.
mean, it costs some money. We know. I mean, we know how she got it
But I will say this though, it wasn't a fashion show. It was a gala, like a gallery, for you to
with
see for that
fashion,
stuff.
but with fashion pieces that we don't even know what
She did.
that was
I'm gonna say this.
everywhere.
She did more than Sheree.
She didn't watch Sheree with her first one, but Sheree came back with her. She bought Sheree and gave us a fashion line.
But hold
So
on,
Sheree
we can
redeemed
get.
herself.
Hold on, let Marlo see
Yes.
this. Let Marlo see this season. We might get a redemption next
Nah,
season.
we won't get with that shit. I doubt it. But we just her guy.
Look, who knows? It took
Okay.
Sheree how many years? Your cakes don't even work.
Sheree and Mara, but Sheree is not a whore. Mara's a whore. So Mara has to be on her back
Well,
a couple of
Sheree not
times
a
to
whore.
get her change. Sheree's not a whore.
She was so trying to get that money from Bob.
But Sheree was it's not here escorting. Mara's an escort.
No,
So
I don't know, and to be honest with you, we don't know if that's true or not. We can
that's
only
true.
speculate.
We know
We can
that's
only
true.
speculate that. We
No,
can't
we
say
know
that
that's
it's
true. We
concrete.
know it's true.
We
She's a
can't say it's
whore.
concrete. We can't
No,
say it's
we know it's true. That's been it's been proven. We know she's a whore. We know she escorts. It's true.
I don't think, but my thing is this: I don't think that is bad though. I feel like she's not harming anybody.
I mean, it's not
Yeah.
bad, but don't get on here. Don't. I think it's not bad because I'm here for the escort. I'm here for the prostitutes. I live for them. But don't get on the show and act like and try to talk down people and try to act like you're above everybody when we know that you get your money by laying on your back and going around to the open mic.
But it don't matter how I get my money. I'm a
And
boss.
it does, because don't come, but you can't come for me, and when I come for you and throw in your face what's your reality, don't get mad. And that's what Mara does. Mara likes to come and throw shade, and when somebody throws in her face, she gets very defensive. If it wasn't true, you wouldn't get mad. You wouldn't get your offensive if what's not true. Then let us know it's true, that what we're saying to you is factual things, because you wouldn't get mad. But the first episode was cute, a good episode. The scene at Mars event was funny. Good shadiness. To start off the season. So going to episode 2. Oh, chat episode 2. We meet Sonya's mother and sister, and we learn she has 9 siblings. Her sister's husband, their 2 children, her mom, her dad, and her husband and her son. So it's a house full of people. And
Wait,
they
are we on episode 2?
Yeah, episode 2.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait. Before we get into this, I'm so sorry, you guys. I did want to speak on something real quick, King, if you don't mind.
Uh-huh.
The what was that part? It was the part where Sheree threw little shade at Drew and Ralph.
Oh yeah, I skipped over that.
I
Yes, yes.
I was so shocked. I was on the edge of my seat. I said, "Oh
I
my
was
god."
shocked.
I said, "What?" And then what made me even more mad was the fact that Sheree friend said whatever she said to Sheree. Sheree ran back to Kenya and Candy, and Candy in return ended up telling Drew. I feel like
We gonna get to that because that's like further down with the whole. That's episode 3 when we found out about the whole that what you saying. So we gonna
right,
say this.
right, right,
So episode we're gonna episode 2 because that's episode 3 when we kind of get more into that. But what the
right,
part
right.
you saying with her shading Ralph and Drew when they first
Yes,
interacted was very shady, and I wasn't surprised because I know what's gonna happen, so I kind of know the tea about that whole drama this season. So I wasn't that surprised, but I was like, okay, Sheree, here we go, like you let us know off the bat that you're not feeling Drew, and it obviously was more. It was a reason why Sheree gave Drew that look and that tone to Ralph. When Ralph asked her, "So, did you hear good things about us?" And she kind of gave him like a look and a suggestive tone that I've not heard anything good about you. So, I was just like, Sheree, girl, you don't want to with Drew, like you. But moving on to episode 2, we meet Sonya's her family. We get to know more about Sonya. What you think about that? Well, you kind of talked about that scene with the patties. I was like Sonya, the girl, like y'all got 3 boxes from Jamaica. If you finna fight your mama over a damn patty, girl, and it was her, but it was at her mother's box. It wasn't in Sonya's box. It was on her
right,
mother's
right,
box.
right,
She was
right.
cooking for her husband and her, like Sonya. Like I'm like, girl, y'all fight over patties. I hate to see what y'all fight over when the camera's not rolling. Cause woo, cause Sonya got energy. Sonya is a feisty one too. She has a lot of energy. I'm scared of her, child. I'm scared of Miss Sonya. Honey, see her mad. Are you there?
Yeah, I don't. For me, Sonya, she's great. She's great for TV. Like I said earlier, I forgot that wasn't part of episode 1. I'm so sorry,
Are
but
you fine?
I just feel like the whole Patty thing was cute. Like I said, I feel like they have family drama. I think she's gonna be like the new Candy, far as like
Mm.
her mother is going to be like a key token, her father is going to be a key token, like it's going to be more so her family, like dynamic, which I really love. I love it because it's just like, how can you not talk about 9 people that stay in your house? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I
Exactly.
mean, to me, I feel like Sanya's a breath of fresh air. She came on not, trying to stunt or, oh, I did this before already. I'm pre this, I'm pre that. She just came on herself, natural, ready to get to know the women authentically. Not because, oh, I have to pretend like I know these bitches just to get a check. You know what I mean? Because some of them do that. They got so used to it and so laid back. It's just like, whatever, I just do whatever to get a check. Fuck it. But she came and she was very organic. I like to see her family dynamic. Like I said, I love her family. Her family is beautiful. And I love their accents. Like, it's just, oh my God, it's amazing to me. And I'm glad that we have the first Jamaican woman on Real Housewives.
Me too. I agree with everything that she said. She has a beautiful family, and I just enjoy her on the show. I enjoy her personality, and I do have DM'd her a few times. When I first found out she was on the show, I DM'd Sonya congratulating her and welcoming her to the Bravo family and the Bravo universe because she stepped into something that she's never been a part of, and I welcomed her and also cautioned her about what's to come, what may come, because the Bravo fandom can take you either one way or take you the other way. So I
Mhm.
welcomed her, and because I think it's important, especially if I like you, I'm gonna welcome you into the Bravo universe. I wish I would have done it to Drew last season, but I didn't welcome her because she was walking with a bitch on the show I did not like, so I didn't even reach out to Drew. But we're good now. That's my boo. Like I love Drew. Like I did him yesterday, and she did me, and we had a good conversation. I love Drew, and I like Ralph, and I support Ralph 100% on this show. I like Sonya, and I reached out to her, and I just congratulated her and told her about the episode. I told her how I enjoy her so far, and I'm liking her. I even told her that she was the bone carrier. I said, Sonya, girl, I should be the bone carrier already, honey. And she laughed. So it's like, girl, now you new to the show, boo. You don't want to start off like that. Not already. Like, let work your bone carrying in a couple of episodes, or maybe on the next season. But your first episode in, you already stirring the pot. But Sonya's really sweet, and she's very interactive with her fans, which I love, because I love that's why I said interact with their fans. It's important because it shows that they appreciate us. So I'm glad that she's interactive with her fans. But moving along, we're going to the next scene where Miss Kenya Moore, honey, and Miss Sheba Sheree reunite and rekindle their friendship, and we see that they're in a great space and that they're really, really close. And I'm here for what you think about the scene with them getting together and they talking about the Jew of it all, honey. And Kenya reveals that she was informed from Candy about what's going on with Drew and Drew's assistant Anthony, which I found out is the Anthony from Basketball Wives.
Yes, I had to message you about that because a lot of people was like, "Who is this?" I was like, I knew him instantly. I'm like, he's the one that had Malaysia and Jackie fall out over a lie.
Yeah.
So I'm like, they let this liar back on TV, but a bigger platform because it's bigger than Basketball Wives.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So I'm like, so they let the liar come over to Bravo. And I hope they don't have him come to the reunion. And he is not a Miss Lawrence. He is not a Derek J.
But he's funny though. I ain't gonna lie though. I'm gonna tell you about.
He is definitely not. Definitely.
I'm gonna tell you when we get to it. But I'll tell you when we get to it. When we get to it, what made me laugh at him. But
the wife.
Even also that scene with her, with Sheree and Kenya reuniting and going to the basement, honey. That looks fabulous now, honey.
Oh, the basement is fabulous and finished. Chateau Thelma is complete.
Did you enjoy that scene? Did you enjoy them in
I enjoy Chateau Thelma being complete. Now we can call it Nene Chateau Sheree. Until then, it was Neverland. Now it's Chateau Sheree.
Did you enjoy her and Kenya's, rekindling their
friendship? She told Kenya, she said, "Bitch, I almost loved you."
I loved it. I loved it.
And I love the fact that, Sheree and Kenya is getting along. They had their little tiff about the houses, but it was cute little shade. It wasn't that deep. It wasn't that serious.
It wasn't.
I feel like it was cute. And now that they can clear the air and really be cool, they hang out all the time, So I enjoy it very much. I feel like a lot of people feel like they can move around now because my girl's not there. So they feel like,
the dragon.
they feel like now they can, be friends and be cordial and cool. I don't know why they hate on my girl so much because she is the star. She still is the star. So
she was a star. But I definitely love the relationship because Nene could never, honey. See, Nene didn't want to be friends with Kenya. Nene never wanted to really build a connection with Kenya. No, she did not, because she had many opportunities to do that, and she threw them all away. And Sheree and Kenya have shown the world that what it is when you take the chance to take the time to get to know somebody, that you can actually genuinely like them. And Nene never did that because she was friendly like Kenya.
She gave Kenya a chance.
No, she did not. No, she did not. She never gave her a chance. Never.
And you gonna sit here, you know for a fact she did.
Oh, she did not ever give. She never gave Kenya a full chance. She never.
Yes, she did.
When?
I can say this: where she stopped giving Kenya a chance was when she invited Marlo to be on her team for the Bailey Bowl.
Petty.
No, Nene was very, very upset because that argument with her and Marlo was still fresh. It happened like 2 days before the event.
What argument?
Where her and Marlo fell out because of the John situation. That's what happened.
We didn't see that, so all we saw was her running with Marlo at the event for no reason.
Because of that, and we find out in season 10 that's why.
child, but that had nothing to do with Kenya Moore. So for her to be mad at Kenya Moore,
Well,
that doesn't
I
make
would
any
have been,
sense.
I
But
would
there's
have been,
no reason why she had to dislike
I would have
Kenya.
been mad with Kenya too because it's like, damn, bitch, I got a problem with her. Why the fuck you gonna go up over and team up with this
But
bitch?
Kenya's a grown woman. You can't tell a grown woman who they can and cannot be cool with.
And
Like
that's
that's
what
the
Nene
problem
did
with
tell. That's
me.
what Nene did tell her. She said, "When I'm getting married, I'm not thinking about who Kenya will want to see at my wedding." So I can
Thank
understand that.
you.
I can understand that. I can
So
understand
how
that.
can you go back? That's my thing with her. She'll say one thing, but then expects the opposite of what she just said. That's yeah.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. It was
But
kind of backwards.
but yeah, we are, and he's not part of the show anymore, so we can move on from her. But yeah, I enjoy Sheree and Kenya's bond
Yes, yes,
with
yes.
the original OG honey of sophistication and elegance, Miss Sheba Sheree Whitfield.
Girl,
Yes,
she ain't
honey.
got no money neither. Her gay
Oh,
still
she
don't.
does, honey, but it's okay. Sheree's that girl, and
She
has
was
her
never
peach
that girl when her
honey.
gates was not working. Let's talk
And
about it.
she has that peach honey that he no longer has, honey. So it's all that matters,
Right. I
honey.
guess third time's a charm. Like Drew said, I hope she gets a peach next
Uh,
season.
oh, she will. Trust. She's definitely bringing the fire. So she
Like Jeannie
definitely is
said, she
good.
has the eye, but she is definitely missing the teeth.
Oh,
Proceed with
she's definitely.
caution.
uh, okay. So moving from that scene with Sheree
Mhm.
and and Kenya, we go to Marlo and Monty, and her being a Monty, and we see her with her nephews. What you think about the whole thing?
I'm glad that Marlo is actually showing that side of her life. A lot of people can really relate to that. And besides all like the bullshit and all the shade, my hats off to Marlo for that. To step up and really be an auntie and really like, take care of these kids. They need a great stable home. She has the money to do it. She has a fabulous home. I mean, to me, that's the most humblest I have ever seen Marlo on this show. Ever. When it comes to them
Mhm.
nephews, she is so humble. She is so like, if she's sad, she's gonna really cry. It's when she's really her authentic self. Outside of that, I think Marlo's full of shit. But besides that, with
Mhm.
the family dynamic, I really believe she loves those nephews to the end. She's even trying to get help, which we'll later talk about. She's trying to get help from other housewives, what am I supposed to do? Like, I never done this before.
Mhm.
Like, Marlo's not a mother, so she doesn't really know. Then on top of that, she never really had her mother in her life. So I mean, so it's like she's trying to learn. You get what I'm saying? Thank God they're not babies because she really, really wouldn't know what to do. But they're like, preteens, teen. So, she's able to, do a little bit more. And I feel like, by her trying to educate herself about these young black men and educating them about the justice system, educating them about school and about how to way to, get money in the proper way. My hat's off to Marlo. I really genuinely like that side of I really genuinely like that side of her. Besides all the other
Um,
shit she does, to me, my heart goes out to anybody that cares for somebody that's not theirs. You get what I'm saying?
that's so
So
sweet.
for her to even take that on, my hat's off to her.
That's so sweet of you to say. But she is an act. She wants to be an actress, and it's all an act for the cameras. I definitely think that she's using those boys for a storyline, obviously to help school the narrative about her being a whore. She's using those boys to help people, you know. Look at her differently, I definitely don't think it's genuine. I definitely think that, she's is, you know, phoning it up for the cameras. And so, the boys, however, they're just innocent children in the midst of all this. And it's unfortunate that they have an auntie that's a whore. They will learn when they get older. The auntie, does things for money. Their mom is, is a prison, is in prison, I think, in prison, or she's incarcerated somewhere institutionalized. It's unfortunate that they don't really have a solid woman in their life that's like not an ex-con, or it's or on drugs. It's unfortunate they had to go live with this woman who is helping them. Obviously, she has funds, through the many men she sleeps with to help them, live cushion. But I definitely, feel like she's exploiting them for this show, and it's unfortunate because these young boys don't even know that. They think that their auntie genuinely wants them in her home, and that she genuinely cares for them, and she doesn't, but she does.
Oh
She
Lord.
does. But moving along, we gonna go to a scene that I skipped, but we can talk about it if you want to talk about it. Candy and Ty talking about once again them not having sex, and
You kind of skipped a little further.
what I
Drew and
skipped.
Ralph. Drew and Ralph. Where Drew confronts Ralph.
Oh yeah, look. I'm just trying to get. I'm
You
trying to
okay,
get.
Chad? You
I'm
okay,
trying to get
Chad?
Candy. I'm trying to get Candy out the way
Okay, get Candy out the way. Let's get
because she's
Candy.
the most irrelevant of the show. And
Oh, hello, snooze fest.
so I'm trying to get her and Todd out the way because I don't want because they're talking about them not having sex again for like the second time at this point.
I'm so sick of it. Y'all not having sex. I'm surprised y'all ain't humping like rabbits like y'all was in the beginning.
But I think Ty got smart in there. I think Ty got funny.
What was his name? Marvin.
Yes, honey. Because the streets are saying, honey, Miss Ty, honey, it's after doing some things, honey. Just saying, when Candy's gone doing her thing, allegedly, honey, it's been seen out there in the ATL streets that Ty's out there doing some dirt. I'm just saying. Because Candy ain't meeting need somebody else is, allegedly, honey. I'm just saying, y'all. Keep your eyes open.
I got a question. Where's Phaedra?
Yes, honey, Miss Fat honey, the ultimate Southern Belle, honey. Yes, honey, I live. But let's get to the Drew and Ralph of it all. When Drew confronts Ralph about
that Instagram post was, oh my god.
Yes, the Instagram stuff, and
I'm just gonna sum it up real quick.
Yeah.
That assistant has no coof. She has no etiquette. She has no class, and to me, it's downright disrespectful. I don't care what nobody say. It's just disrespectful. And I'm glad that he finally sees that he has to get rid of that hoe and that groupie and tend to his wife.
I agree. She definitely is crossing the line. And when Drew told him, when he asked her, "Well, do you want me not to be friends with her anymore?" And Drew was like, I don't want to tell you because if I tell you I'm be friends with her, you may resent me down the line. But you need to make the choice yourself. And I was like, wow, you know what you have to do. She should have to tell you, that she not feeling this bitch, so you need to let her go and just focus on your wife. Because she doing too much with the Instagram stuff. I was like, okay, this whole wants you to go knock her ass out. She wants Chicago to come outside this room and you to put her speakers on and find her ass and beat the shit out of her. That's what she wants. Doing shit like this is asking for your ass to get beat. And so, I'm just glad Ralph listened to Drew and understands it that this is going too far. She's doing too much because that was just seem too much in that moment. I was like, okay, girl, now you really asking for it. Like, really, you doing all that, really? The scene was, kind of, it was tense. That scene, because we get to another scene where, it gets more intense. And I just hate how they're editing Ralph on the show because they're trying to make him a villain. They're trying to give him the Mark Daly edit, which I hate because it's a villain edit, like a bad villain edit. And I feel like the producers are really trying to paint him to be this, cheater and
but Mark deserved his edits though.
Mark was a motherfucking asshole.
He was a monster.
He's a disaster. He's evil, and yeah. But to give Ralph that type of edit to make him be this villain, this monster, I don't like it because he's not that way. So for them to try to make him be this way, and I found some more stuff about the production, like y'all. They are some shady motherfuckers up there at Truly Entertainment when it comes to the editing of the editing.
Okay, so do you believe
Black
that
Men.
Nene was edited improperly?
No, Nene was a bitch. Nene was a hood rat. Nene was not edited. Nene was Nene. What we got was 100% Nene. They didn't edit Nene to be any other way than what she was. You can't say Nene was not Nene because what we got was Nene. Nene was loud, abrasive, aggressive. Shady. I mean, that's what we
shouldn't use the word aggressive. It's very inflammatory.
I'm using the word aggressive in terms of her. When she has
conflict,
it's very aggressive.
She has
When
never
she's
touched
fighting, it's not polite. It's very aggressive. It's like she literally got up and got a Kim's face on the bus, ready to grab this woman by
That
her
was pure
throat.
entertainment.
It was not entertainment. It was it was not entertainment. This woman literally was
Well, they
out of
were
her
serious
mind.
though. They were serious though.
Her eyes were red, bloodshot red. She was angry. She was not. It was not a fun moment. For Candy and then her to get up and get Nene away from Kim because she was that angry, and then she choked Kim off camera. So we know she has put hands on Kim before.
But
Like
we haven't seen it though. Like she told
but
us.
even then he said it happened. So it's not a lie. Even then
This
he
is my
said yes, it
sweetest.
happened.
Okay.
So she said it wasn't caught on the camera, but she admitted to doing it. So I
She
mean,
said, but mine wasn't on the camera like
you
yours.
know, but
That's what happened to the despised little big sis.
but going back to Ralph and stuff,
Right, Ralph.
and
Right.
that first scene, because then we get to the other part when Ralph decided to do this dinner for Drew and make it all romantic
And I think
and
he was trying to be very apologetic.
very loving, very apologetic, and to reaffirm his love to her and let her know
But
I
Drew
love
is
you.
me.
You're the one I
But
want. I only want you.
Drew is
And
so me though, because I would have been like, okay,
no,
this is all beautiful, but let's really just talk about this fucking assistant. Fuck all that. Like, did you get rid
they
of
messed
this?
up the whole mood. Like this man went out his way to do something to
Okay, that's
reaffirm his love
beautiful.
for
That's
his
beautiful. But
wife,
you know, we
and
have
then
stuff that's
you.
unsaid and untalked about. So
But
fuck all that.
but that was the wrong moment. Like that fucks up the vibe. If we are having a conversation and and this is our time to we be romantic and lovey dovey and think about all the good times and to think about right now that how much we love each other and to kind of put aside our issues for a night, for a moment, not forever, for that moment. And if you to bring up issue, it's like they were having like they were having sex and he getting it in and then you says, oh babe, so yeah, that assistant, I'm still mad. He not gonna finish the sex. He gonna get on hard and it's done. That jacks up the mood. Like I don't want to hear that. While we being romantic, we can say that for later. And like I agree with what Ralph said. Let's do this with a counselor because we don't communicate well, and I respect him for acknowledging that he also doesn't communicate well as her, and that it's not good to talk about something like that without a therapist or counselor because we can't talk to each other, and we saw that they cannot talk to each other because it doesn't. No one hears each other, and I feel like they edited Ralph to come off as an emotionally abusive husband because the fans have taken this and now he's emotionally abusive now. According to this thing, they have made him look emotionally abusive because you sat there by yourself eating dinner looking sad as hell and people now took that and now Ralph was emotionally abusive. He went from a cheater to emotionally abusive in 2 episodes. Like what kind of shit is they on? Like I don't like that. I don't like it.
Yeah, I agree. I
don't like it. It's just it's because that's why Apollo doesn't want to come back as a full time or be on show like all like as a regular anymore because of how they edited him in the past. Because if y'all notice and remember when Phaedra and him were going through the divorce, Phaedra sat there and allowed Andy and the world to allude that Apollo was abusing her. She sat there and played into that. And when Andy asked her on their reunion, has Apollo ever abused you? And she said, and then answer the question. She just left it like that so we could think this man is abusing her, which I never thought because Apollo doesn't come off like an abusive husband. Even when in the park and when it was in the garage and he had that tool, she said, go away with me with this. He was not coming at her with the tool, but she played as if like this man is finna come and use that damn driller on her. I'm like, okay, so y'all on this type of time. Y'all want to make this man look like he abusing Phaedra, like he is going to hurt this woman, and he's never done it. If he was abusive, Phaedra wouldn't sit there and be with this man that long, and we would not, and she would have been said something about it. They've been on show at that point a long time, and all of a sudden now you want to play this. I'm being abused by my husband. I don't like that. And especially when it comes to black men. And so I just that scene with Drew and Ralph just had me cringing. I just didn't like it. I just did not like it.
I most definitely understand you on that, and I could say no.
I just I didn't like it. But moving on from episode 2 into 3, this episode we see uh
In
Kenya,
the past,
Kenya planning Brooklyn's party. We see her at the venue. She picked for Brooklyn's party. She spent 10K on her baby girl, which I am here for. That's her only child, her miracle baby. Brooklyn deserves it. She's a
yes, and I
wonderful
feel like a lot of
child.
people was complaining about that, but I feel like, come on now, like when we first watched Atlanta or any housewife show, for instance, we want to see elegance, we want to see wealth.
Thank you. We want to see
That's what
classy.
the show is about. Y'all screaming about, oh, she's not gonna remember this and this. That little girl is
She
smart.
will remember it. She
She
turned
is
3,
smart as a whip.
and she turning 3. Babies start remembering that too. What the like? That's stupid.
And then my thing is, you can't tell somebody what to do with their child.
With that
That's me
coins.
wrong. That's one thing that I could say. If I ever, and I said, if I ever did reality television, children are off limits. My husband is off limits, and my family is off limits. I don't play those type of games. I really get with a bitch over that, for real, for real.
Cause it's
Oh,
the
and my money is off
audacity.
the table. Don't
Oh
discuss
yeah,
my
don't count my coins. It's the
don't discuss my
audacity.
finances.
Yeah, it's like for them to have even have a problem with her wanting to splurge on her baby girl. That's her only child, her miracle baby. Like this woman almost died having this child. So that's her baby. So I was here for Kenya splurging on her child and wanting to give her this a lavish, elegant tea party, which Brooklyn loves. She loves tea parties. So it was perfect, and I was here for it. And I love Kenya as a mom. She's an amazing mother, an amazing mom. Like, and I knew she was gonna be because she didn't have her mom, and I knew that she was gonna go over and beyond for her child. When she became a mom, she was gonna give that child
Right,
that love that she didn't give her mom. So
right. Most definitely, most
yeah, so
definitely.
shout out to my girl Kenya.
And like, can I just say this though? I feel like it's
Mhm.
similar to Marlo situation because she didn't have that bond with her mother. I feel like it's similar to Nini's situation. She didn't have that bond with her. She didn't even know her mother, to be exact. So I mean, I feel like when I feel like those ladies could have all came together and talked about that and had a great friendship, but everybody wants to be in charge of the girls. So I feel like that didn't really happen. But far as the situation about Brooklyn and stuff, I feel like at the end of the day, that little girl deserves anything. You know what I'm saying? Kenya been wanting to have a child for a long time. And now that she finally got one, y'all can't shade her about it. So now y'all want to shade her about spending her motherfucking coins. That woman worked her ass off. Do y'all think Housewives is the only thing this woman does? Like, come on.
Man.
She did Dancing with the Stars. She does all press
Kenya
interviews.
Moore hair care.
Like,
Yes.
she has more hair care. Like, this woman is booked, busy. Yes, she was a villain. Yes, you can say that you didn't like her for so many seasons, but let's just state facts. Ultimate Girls Trip has changed a lot of people's minds about Kenya Moore. Let me say that again.
It
So this is
has
a fact. A lot of people have changed their opinions about
a
Kenya
lot.
Moore because of the Ultimate Girls Trip. It showed that Cynthia was the crazy delusional bitch.
But I love my 50 Cent, so I didn't say that Cynthia. The
However,
people want to know said that,
however,
not the King of Shade
however,
Cynthia. The people want to know
however,
said it.
however, Cynthia, so for that situation, to me, Cynthia was kind of right within what she was saying. But like Kenya said, we should have did that off camera. But then I also feel like it's not organic if you're doing that off camera. You get what I'm
It is
saying?
organic
I
because
don't
that's
think
the
no.
brand.
Let the viewers see. Let the
No,
viewers
the viewers
see.
don't. It's certain things viewers don't have. We don't always have to see everything, and
That's not fair though. That's not
it
fair
is
though.
fair.
When
It
Kenya
is
normally calls
fair.
shit out, Kenya normally calls shit out. Let's talk about it. You
But
have
it
to be
is fair.
fair.
Like they have a friendship that Kenya was trying to protect. And so protecting it is taking their issues and not having it on camera for me, you, or the world to see and people to judge it. So
Mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
understood Kenya like let's do it off camera because when the camera's on, people change. And I feel like that's she felt like if the camera's on, Cynthia was not gonna be as vulnerable and really just open up with the cameras in her face. So off camera, we can be open and vulnerable, and you really can tell me what you feel, and we're not being recorded. Like you can really be blunt with me. So I get what Kenya was saying, because Nene was never a real friend of Cynthia. So Cynthia never had a real friend to tell that. Unfortunately, Nene was not that girl. So Kenya is that girl that was open enough to tell her that, like, you're my sister. Let's talk off camera. I'm not going to attack you on camera for ratings, because that's what it would have turned into. We arguing over for ratings, and Kenya was not going to do that. She values her friendship.
I just really want Kenya to get in her head that Candy's full of shit, but I feel like Candy
is her friend.
I think Candy got something on everybody. That's why Candy not moving. I think Candy got something on Bravo too.
Who? Because Candy got nothing on nobody but herself, honey. Because she's the only one. We'll get to Candy in a minute, but so then we get to the next scene. We see Marlo and Sheree catch up, and Sheree tells Marlo, about what Kenya told her about her assistant telling her that she wasn't paying people in Atlanta and all this stuff, and was not paying people, and was not paying him, and don't pay her bills, and she was venting to Marlo about that because she was pissed off because she didn't appreciate things being said about her. It's rumors of spread, but she mad at Drew, but Drew didn't say it. Why are you mad at Drew? She mad at Candy and Drew. Now I get why being mad at Candy, because Candy is the same bitch. They got mad when Phaedra and Portia were spreading rumors about her, but you gonna do it to Sheree. Like, I understood Sheree being mad because you just got you really mad.
But like Kenya said, and I also agree with Kenya on this, I feel like Sheree don't pay.
I mean, she don't pay. Let's be real. Sheree don't pay her bills. It took her 5 years to build the chateau, so we know she don't pay her bills. We know she don't pay things on time. We know she takes her a long time to get things completed. We know it's true. But I understood what Sheree was saying as far as Candy is my friend.
You gave her less years. It wasn't no 5 years.
She got 5. It was about 5 years. 6 years.
No 5 years.
It was about 5 years. She started building it in 20.
She destroyed the house in 2002. She tore the house. She tore down the house in season 2. Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Not season. It was season 2. She was living in her. She moved to another home in season 2. It was season. She tore down the house in season 4. Season 4, not season 2. It was season 4. She tore down the home in season 4 of the show. Her last season, because she left the show.
She did because they said grass and
it was season 4. Don't get like it's right. It wasn't that long now. You trying to make it like it was a whole decade. It's about 5 or 6 years. She left.
It was 7. It was 7 years because
5, 6. Yeah, it was
7. Season 10, she finally made Chateau Sheree, but it was not completed until 8 years.
Yeah, it wasn't complete. Yeah, it was completed until
the basement. So
yeah, 8 years was completed.
8 years. 8 years.
But it took that's what I'm saying. It didn't let Sheree don't pay
7.5. I'll be leaning on Sheree. 7.5. 7.5.
I mean, but that shows you that Sheree doesn't pay things. Like we know that Sheree doesn't pay things. Right. But Sheree has a right to get mad though.
I had to get new contractors.
But I understood why Sheree was mad at Candy, because Candy, you the same female that gets mad, that was mad about rumors being spread about you. I'm
gonna tell you why I believe that it was Sheree later down the line when we continue talking about.
But I understood why Sheree was mad at Candy, but her being mad at Drew. You can't. It's Drew's assistant, your assistant, because they shared an assistant. So you can't be mad at Drew.
She probably felt like Drew was really talking shit about her.
But it wasn't Drew. It was her. It was Anthony, and Anthony said it on camera. So it was not Drew that said it. They're saying the shit. So for her to get mad at Drew and want to be angry at Drew, and Anthony's the one is the one standing, and Drew, she shared it with Candy because Candy is Sheree's friend. Now Candy was supposed to tell Sheree because Candy said, "I was going to tell Sheree." Well, bitch, you should have told Sheree when you first found out. Not wait until y'all start filming, and then she finds out while y'all filming that you knew that you were going around spreading rumors about her, because you were the same woman that got mad when they were spreading rumors about you, and literally want to do this to Portia or whatever. You are the same one that gets mad when stuff spread about you. So why not have the same energy when it's your friend? Because Sheree's a good girlfriend. They've been friends for a long time.
Right. So she knew Sheree before the show.
Huh?
She knew Sheree before the show. She just spoke on that, by the way.
Yes. So I was shocked that she would hold this type of stuff and would do this to Sheree. I was shocked.
Yeah. But
I can see,
that shows you it's organic and fresh, like 08.
It is, and but
The
what she
dynamic shifts so quick, you don't even know.
it does. I didn't like that. I was like Candy Girl,
But I
like,
feel like Candy trying to stir the pot because she's trying to make herself interesting now.
but she's still boring. But we'll go from there.
Well,
Um,
girl, you would be unborn if you let Phaedra come back and you talk that out with her.
exactly. We also see that Marlo gets her Marlo meets up with Candy at the candy factory, and
Right.
Marlo said something that had me tickled. She said, "Ooh, child, they said they said where Candy works said it's bad over here." And
That
it
was
kind
like,
of gave me
but
like a little bit of Nene
I
when
was
he's like,
about to
"Ooh,
say
child, the
everything
ghetto."
that Marlo says is like literally a regurgitation of Nene.
But I was here for the shade though, because it gave me that like, "Ooh, the ghetto,
Ooh,
ooh, child,
child,
the
the
ghetto."
ghetto.
Yes,
It took me back to where Kim, low key, it was like a little racist shit behind it. I
it was.
felt
I wasn't racist. I don't think it was
when
racist.
she said, "Oh, I thought Sweetie told me to lock my door."
But it wasn't racist. But that was not. That was what Sweetie told her, and I said that in my podcast. I was like, damn, Candy. First, Sweetie is telling Kim that you live in a bad area, which she does. Where she live in is considered the hood of considered a hood in Atlanta. Now Marlo said that you work your headquarters, the candy factory, is in a bad area in Atlanta. I'm like, well, damn, Candy. You just in bad areas. Everybody say you work in bad areas, live in bad areas. Like Candy Girl, like I mean,
Candy girl, like what?
Candy. Every man wants a woman.
Do they?
Yes, Candy.
Like Nene said, you can be at the Grammys tonight. We'll forget about you tomorrow for what you was wearing.
Child. But her and Marlo, yeah, they
I feel like that conversation with Marlo and stuff was pretty cool. Like she was trying to get advice about her
boring,
genetics and stuff. But
boring.
other than that, next scene,
Yeah, next thing Marlo gets her nephew who went to his dance. I think was it not prom, but like not prom, but it was a dance. And it was a nice scene, she
yeah, it
brought him
was.
to
It was
school
cute.
and
It was cute.
got him
Next
dressed
scene,
up with her fraudulent funds. It was
you said
nice.
it was cute. It was cute.
It was cute.
Marlo Booster Hampton.
Yes, Booster honey, Thrifter honey, not Thrifter Hampton honey, Thrifter.
Marlo Lee Bay.
Yes, yes, LeBay honey. Okay, yes. So then we get to the main event, honey. Miss Brooker and the Doris Bailey's
Man.
honey. Yes, the main
And
event,
guess
honey.
who was late?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that in just a moment.
Like
First
what?
off, Brooklyn's event was it was beautiful how it was set
It
up. It
was
was
better than Kenya's.
gorgeous.
I mean, it was better than Marlo's event
Oh,
because
of course, it was very classy. It was a real event.
the baby
Um,
pulled up in Chanel. Let's not forget.
yes. And it was beautiful. The guests were about an hour late. But it's okay. I they was all on color people time. Even the white folks was on color people
No, no,
time.
no, no. I'm talking about who was the last housewife that showed
But
up.
no, I'm getting to that. But when we
Okay.
first started off, the guests, everybody was late because it was like
Everybody
everybody
was
was
late.
an hour
Everybody
late.
was late.
And they all showed up. Sheree was first to get there, and we and
Ain't that a
Marlo.
surprise? Ain't that a surprise?
Yes, honey, Miss, but that's her good girlfriend now, honey. So I'm here for her. I was like, yeah, Sheree, you better show up for your boo. And everybody came in, and as you said, someone was late, and of course it was Candy late as always. Burris.
Candy, late berries. I gotta stop at Chick-fil-A because they don't tell me my pleasure.
Yeah, I was here for Ken shutting down, saying because Ken was giving all these excuses, talking about well, my assistant mixed up the time, and I overslept, and Ken was like, "Girl, we don't want to hear these excuses. Come on in here, we gonna move it along." Because I got that, I understood it. I'm like, "Cause girl, you late all the time, ain't nothing new,
But
so
see,
save it."
my thing is this: it would have been good TV. This is what makes me mad with Candy. You get hype and rah with different people, but the people that you can't go back and forth with, you back down from. You get what I'm saying? That would have been a good little scene if she would have went at it with Kenya about excuses and shit. You get what I'm saying? It would have been cute. It would have been cute.
No, and
It would have made her
but
look boring.
But I'm only going there with Kenya because they're friends, they're genuinely friends on the show. And they have an agreement that they won't go below the belt with each other, and I love that because that's
Below
what.
the belt is different, but throwing
But
shade at each
in, but
other and talking shit about each other, that's still your job. You need to
But
do
see
your
that, but
job.
see, no, it's not because if you my friend, I'm not gonna go at you like that. We may bump heads, we may have our disagreements, but we're not gonna go so far. And I'm glad they have the type of understanding because that's a real friendship. Because if
And
I was
she
gonna
and
feel like
then
that,
Candy and then Candy to me, she's a fake ass bitch because
you
she
know what?
sat there, she sat there for a long time and was riding with Phaedra, talking about, oh, I didn't like Candy because of Phaedra. And she said that at the reunion in front of Phaedra. I was riding with you and I wasn't even messing with Kenya because of you. And did it nobody should sway your mind like that, baby. I'm just saying.
But she was being loyal. I mean, I have to give her that. She was being
Well, no,
loyal,
she was. She was being a very loyal friend, but at the end of the day,
loyal.
we gotta call a spade a spade.
And that shows you she's a good friend because she will have your back. And that's why I love her being friends with Kenya because she has Kenya back regardless of what people may say.
But now she
She
do
holds
check
my
Kenya
girls
though. I
down.
do give her that when she checked her back in the last season when they was sitting outside
She did.
about the crab cakes and stuff. I appreciated that because it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like
I bet you
about
did.
time somebody speaking up, saying something to her. That's her friend. Everybody act like they so scared of her.
I bet you did enjoy that moment, honey. Her and Candy.
I did because the reason why was because it was organic. It felt real. It felt like, okay, somebody's finally telling her without her getting upset. You know what I'm saying? Because typically she probably would have got upset if it was from somebody else. But since it was from Candy, I think it was better received. And like she says, Candy's a fan favorite. I don't know how, but she is. And it's always the boring people that becomes fan favorites for
Yeah,
some.
because Nene's not. So
That's a lie.
she's not.
That's a lie.
But
Fan
so
favorites from season 1 all the way into my last season, 12.
no, but moving along, the Kenya has the games. The first game was Brooklyn trivia, and she asked the girls different questions about Brooklyn. When was Brooklyn born? What's her middle name? It was very fun. And then it shifted to another game
The shade
called
one, right?
the Shade Tea. Was it Shade Tea? Tea Shade? It's something like that.
Okay. I'm glad we are on this part because now I can look up.
Um,
I
and
feel
so
silly.
And so it started out. It started off really light because Miss Monietta, honey, Shaw, we got introduced to her, Leo's ex-wife, on the show through Miss Kenya, honey, and Miss Monietta came in like a burst of fresh
And let's
energy.
not forget my Yetta is yes, she was introduced to Kenya, but let's not forget she's really actually friends with Candy.
We didn't study that. She was introduced to Kenya on the show.
Let's
Kenya,
be honest.
but we don't care about her being from
We
Kenya.
know the real tea. We know the real situation.
Do y'all care? I know y'all don't care. I don't care.
And we really don't care for Mayada, to be honest,
But
because what was
but
that?
my, but
Atlanta
Monietta,
Exes? I
but
guess Atlanta
Monietta.
Exes wasn't hidden no more.
But
So
Monjetta's a breath of fresh air, and she was cute. And she pulled the first key card, and it was her, well, they put somebody. I think it was Ken, I think it was somebody pulled her key card, and it said about the plastic surgery. I think it was Kenya about the plastic surgery, and she said, "Yeah, I said I have got my breast done." So that was very light, and that's what the game is supposed to be, very light, funny. It went dark because Miss Candy pulled the key card that said, "Candy sucking dick
right.
in the locker room."
Okay, so can I speak on that?
You can.
I feel like it was Sheree. They trying to say it's Marlo, but
Why?
I feel like that was Sheree. Only because Sheree felt slighted that Candy was coming. Candy was being messy. With rumors.
No, I want Sheree. I don't see Sheree don't even come off like that.
I
It was
think it was
Marlo.
Sheree because Sheree even said it in her confessional. She said, "I believe Candy probably did suck a dick in the locker room. I don't think it's not untrue." So that would make me believe that she wrote it.
Well, she said no. She said that why Candy being mad about sucking dick in the locker room because it's not like Candy hadn't sucked dick before. So
And I feel like, and I feel that made me feel
That's
like
not,
she
but that's
wrote it.
nothing wrong there. I want Candy sucks dick. I mean, she's known out there in Atlanta for being a whore in Atlanta back in the day. Like it's not like she's
She
not known for
she
doing things
had Riley. She had
scandalous.
Riley with a married man.
That's
No
what I'm
shade.
saying. So this it was Marlo because Ken said on Willie Williams show that it was written with a orange pen. One person had an orange pen or pencil, and that was Marlo Hampton, which I knew the bitch did it because the bitch that's the type of shit she does. And so it's voted not to own it. I was here for it because I'm like, well, she at this point, Candy needs some work. So
but also too, she been knowing Candy for a long time because she dated her
that's what I'm
cousin.
saying. She know a lot of rumors about Candy. Every time she open her mouth, it's something about Candy. It's a rumor about Candy. And Candy even works in a bad area.
It did
Now,
start with Candy. Are you a lesbian?
yes, exactly. So I'm like, I mean, I knew Marta did it. When she read it, I was like, this is something that Marta would say. Because Marta liked that. Like, Marta, but bitch, we had a kids' party. Like, you gonna be around some shit like that. We had a kids' party. Keep it light. But she's not a mother, so she doesn't know it better.
Mm-hmm.
And so it went left because then we get to the next part where Kenya pulls out another card that reads not paying assistant, which was Drew wrote in reference to Sheree because she wanted to have this conversation with Sheree one-on-one, but she had to find a way to bring it up, and they brought it up, and things went left where then some things were said by between both of them. They were just crazy, but I think the moment they took the shit to the 18th left power was Miss Faltum Alpha, which I told y'all because I get the tea that bitch was gonna be the one that brings up a rumor from Anthony to her about Ralph supposedly being gay. And I was like, okay, bro, now y'all really got Ralph fucked up. First, he is a cheater. Then he's emotionally abusive. Now he's gay. Okay. Now y'all not doing too much.
Right,
I'm done. I was livid. I said, okay. What you think about?
It's just too much. It's too much. And then, like, Sheree, because we're on the scene where her and Drew get into it, correct?
Yes.
Okay. When she starts sounding like Mickey Mouse and that vein pop out Sheree neck, y'all know she ready. When she go, let me finish saying what I need to say. She sound like Mickey Mouse. Oh, it's over. She thought she had Drew though. And that's another thing too. Watch your hands, Sheree. Watch your hands, boo.
Period.
Because I didn't, but it took me back to her and Marlo in Africa.
I just it did, and Sheree was getting so mad. Like she was like, "Can you shut the fuck up so I can speak?" I'm like, Sheree, calm down. Talking about I don't play with nobody coming for my finances or putting them or coming for my name or coming for my kids. But girl, first of all, Drew's not coming for your name. She's actually telling you because she wants you to clear up your name.
And then she said, "Oh, I didn't know she was saying that." Well, bitch, if you would have shut it the fuck up instead of her, you would have known.
But then Drew said that she put Anthony on timeout when she found out about because Anthony, she already knew about this stuff with Anthony. So when she said, "Oh, well, I put Anthony on suspension because I knew what he did and what he said," I suspended him, and I was like, Drew,
you should just let him go.
Baby, you had to find that man. He lied on your husband. Like he got people thinking your husband.
Right, and that's what they trying to tell her. That's what they were trying to tell her. And like I'm just like Drew.
But she saw red, and I understood seeing red because when it comes to her man, her black king, Drew would drag a bitch, and she was ready to take false from head off, and Sheree head off because they had her fucked up in that moment. And I understood because I always saw red too. But you're not gonna do this come for mine. So I saw her being mad. I saw why her face. She was blacked out in that moment. I got
mad with that Fatima girl that only had 2 lines trying
to she came in. I mean, it was weird because it was like, pop phone, bitch, who was talking to you? Like, why are you jumping in this shit?
Right.
Like, who was talking to you? No one's talking to you.
Wait, one thing I didn't like too was when Marlo was trying. That's that condescending shit Marlo do. Oh, inspire Chanel. No, bitch, I got this off the runway. Don't play with me. When she told King it was inspired Chanel, I don't like shit like that.
She a hater.
You don't have all the pieces, Marlo. Shut your ass up. She's a hater. But yeah, that was just to close that episode out.
Yeah, she's a hater,
Because it was a to be continued, correct?
Yes, to be continued with that whole. Yeah, because they left out, and Drew and Sheree had like a kind of like a stare down almost. Almost. Hey, checking you, boo. Hey, boo. Okay, yes.
Yes, checking you, boo. He been in here. They've been in here talking. They've been in here.
Yes, and so they had like a stare down. Almost, and Drew let Sheree know, like, this ain't what you want. Sheree was like, well, this ain't what you want. I'm like, Sheree, girl, you about 20, 30 years older than her. I think she would fuck you up, but she had to fuck you up. So that ain't what you want. So you from Chicago, you from Ohio, but you from Chicago. And if Chicago chicks, they about that life. So I'm like, Sheree, girl, you may want to pull back some, girl, because you going to get your head knocked off your shoulders when it come to her man.
Right.
And then they left out the party. The episode ended. So, there was what overall. What do you think about the first 3 episodes?
Overall, they were okay. I feel like everybody's trying too hard a little bit. Some of them are trying too hard, and it's really like, I don't know, like it's bothering my spirit, because it's just like, you don't have to try hard.
Who's trying hard?
Be yourself. Hard? I feel like Sheree is really trying very hard this season. She's trying to make sure she don't get gone. Like, I feel like she's really, 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 really trying it hard, especially when it comes to certain people. Like, I feel like when it comes to her issues with Candy or whatever, like, I feel like, why would you even try to go after Candy? You get what I'm saying? Candy's not gonna put up a fight like that. She gonna cry, talk about it in the confessionals, and try to cuss you out at the reunion if it's virtually, because y'all ain't face to face. Other than that, like, I just feel like Sheree is just trying too hard to keep her peach in her hand. And baby, we see you. You're an OG. Third time's the charm. Like, you get what I'm saying? I feel like Drew's doing everything she needs to do. I feel like Kenya is a breath of fresh air. She is the new queen. I love Nene Down. I love Nene Down, but she is the new queen.
She been the queen.
No, she is taking over.
She been the queen. She took it over. She
is in charge of the girls now.
She been in charge of the girls. Thank you.
Candy tries to be in charge of the girls, but she's not.
But thank you.
Candy is still boring. I feel like Bayada, she's okay. She has two little lines like a scholar. The Fatima lady, she's like a scholar, 2 little words.
Words, dangerous words. She had more than 2 little words.
Right. They were dangerous. Deep and
ass beat. So she
who else? Marlo. Marlo started off good, don't get me wrong, but now she's about to start going into a bad direction, and it gets very dark with her versus Candy. And I really want them to show what we exclusively drop from the people want to know. So I pray that they do show that, because it's going to show how disgusting and evil that bitch is. It really is. It's really disgusting. And Candy's stupid. Everybody's going to look at Candy like she's really dumb as fuck after that plays out. Ain't no way I will make up with a bitch over no chicken wings.
But that's Candy for you. That's Candy for
you. Bitch. But you gonna let somebody talk about your child over some chicken wings? That shows character.
But that shows you who Candy is. That Candy will hold a grudge against Phaedra for 15 fucking years and get over that. But it's quick not get over that, but get over Marlo talking about her child.
Exactly.
That's why Candy got to go. But it was I enjoyed the first 3 episodes. I think it was a great start.
And Sonya, I didn't speak on Sonya. Sonya is a great addition to these women. However, I like the fact they threw in there the car accident. I'm like, why the fuck did she call Drew to come pick her up? Where's the police? But I love that. It was a great scene. Drew picked her up. They went on. They got some food. It was cute. I feel like this cast is okay. I feel like they're bringing it a little bit. I need them to punch it up, because the ratings are very piss poor. I need them to punch it up.
The ratings are. We're not gonna do too much on the
517,000 for the last rating.
The ratings are good. The ratings are whatever they are. It is what it is. It's a great show. The ratings were struggling when Nene was on the show, so we're not going to act like Nene made the ratings, because she did not, because the ratings were struggling when she was a part of the show and leading the show. But the ratings are what they are. But the shows are great. It's a fresh air. It's no hole. Well, it's a hole on the show, but she's not. She's a known hole. um, they can actually talk and actually use right words and use
Right.
words you can spell. Um, but I'm enjoying the
Dang.
cast. I'm glad, it's a great cast of women who have their original faces.
Oh,
Um, no toupees.
oh.
No skin bleaching. But on that note, we're gonna go to these taglines. I want you to talk on these taglines. So I'm gonna read them, and you're gonna give me what you're gonna tell what you think. First
Okay.
up, Miss Sonia Richards Ross. I may be a rookie, but this isn't my first race.
It was kind of cute. It was true to
What would
her.
you,
It was
what
true
would
to
you
her.
rate it?
I say that.
So between 1 and 10, what would you rate it?
I give it a 6.
Okay, 6. I give it an 8 because for her first tagline, I feel like it was straight to the point because she's
But
a track
it's like they said
star.
multiple, so I know this wasn't like her one that she
No,
really
they
wanted.
have 3. Yeah.
Yeah, this wasn't the one she really wanted in particular, but it's I would say it's a 6 for what they gave to her. I feel like she should have picked the one that she really wanted.
But like I said, I thought it was cute for a first tagline. It was very simple. And her
Yeah, it
first
was. It
piece
was
was
straight. It like I said, it's true to her because she's Olympic gold medalist and she's
yes.
a rookie to the show. I mean, it goes with the theme of what the show is.
And her what she is to the show. So I
Right,
think it's
right,
perfect.
right, right. It
Perfect.
was a good tagline though.
Okay, next up, Miss Marlo Hampton. I've
Marlo
always had
Juice.
the juice. I've always had the juice, but now I've got the peach.
No, you gotta say it like this. I've always had the juice, but now I got that peach. That's what she said, and she sounds
Ooh.
sick. But
What's your thoughts on it?
I would give that an 8. Only reason being is because like it's cute to like it's the Atlanta-esque to it. Like I always had the juice, but now I got that peach. Like about time you got a peach. About time you juicy.
I um I feel like it gave me Portia because Portia's
Oh,
back
peach
last
juice.
season her stripper name was Juicy Peach, Juicy
Yeah.
Peach.
No,
So I
peach
feel like it
juice.
was more
It
for
was peach juice.
Portia, Peach Juice. So I feel like it was more Portia than
Yeah.
Marlo. 'Cause
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like Marlo would have said something about her labels or bags or something like that, not about
Mhm.
her being Juice and Peach. So I gave it a 5.
Well, her other one was label me this, label me that.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Well,
it's good that
shit.
they picked that one, I guess.
Mm. Next up is Drusador. I keep you on the edges of your seat.
It was a little shade, to edges, but I say that's a 10. Drew was one of my faves.
I mean, definitely, I loved it. I loved it. That Drew has a
I keep
tagline
you on the
because she
edges.
definitely is. Because my girl is the center of a lot of the drama this season. She's definitely gonna
Hmm.
keep us on our toes, honey. And she's definitely came back for her second season and still in the show. And this is how you do it. You come back and you go up on these hoes and you come and you steal the show. So I'm
Hmm.
here. I'm happy for her because we need her to come back and win.
Right,
And
right,
she came
right.
back and she's winning, and I'm here
Yes,
for
she
it.
is. She looks good. She's stunning,
Yes,
and I love, 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 love her intro.
yes,
Her
and she looks
tagline, should I say?
amazing. She looks amazing this season. Next up is Candy. I ain't never skipped a bag, beat or a bag.
5. Only because Candy, we know that.
That part, I give it a
We know
1,
that 5.
a -1. I give it a -1 because we know you like money, so girl.
Right,
And I'm
right.
tired of hearing you talk about money.
Please. She's so
Very
Atlanta.
honey. Child. Moving along. My favorite one, honey, Miss Kenya Moore. You always living in the moment when you are the moment.
Okay, now don't get me wrong. Kenya, I give her a 10, but I want to say this. However, it gave okay. I know I probably get flack for this from you, but I'm just gonna say it kind of gave Nene-esque a little bit. Just a
Really?
little bit. Yeah, because like Nene felt like she was the moment, and Nene felt like she was the queen. You get what I'm saying? So it kind of like
No,
Peter titles off of that just a little bit.
no,
But like I said, she still gets
no.
a 10 from me. She's 10 across the board with
She
Drew.
she definitely was not inspired by Nene because Nene was never the moment, never will be the moment, and never could be
She's
the
the
moment.
icon. She put
She's not an
housewives
icon,
in the
honey.
map.
She's not
Like
an
Andy
icon.
said, this is
She's
the
not.
house Nene built.
She's not an icon. She may have
This is
started.
the
She may have
house
started.
Nene
She may
built.
have started from the beginning, but she's not there now, honey. The
Ah,
queen is
this
keeping
is
it
the
alive.
house Nene
And so
built.
I live for the tagline. It's a fabulous tagline. Nene couldn't even spell all these words, honey. So I know she can
Ah,
get it together.
like she said,
It's the
this
moment,
10
and she
years in
will
the
always be the
game, and I'm
moment,
still the
honey.
tastiest peach in Atlanta.
Oh, she's not tasting, honey, because she's in the trash, honey. She's right now begging for a job, and we can say in the moment, honey. And last but not least, honey, Miss Sheba Sheree, Mother freaking Whitfield, honey. Spring, summer, or September. I'm the one you will always remember,
Now
honey.
I'm gonna say this: Sheree got a 20. She ate that
Oh, that
because
was
it was
sickening. That
reason
was
why
sickening.
I say 20 and above and all that is because it went with spring, summer, or September for the joggers, and then I'm always the one you remember. Let's not forget she is an OG. So I feel like it was very much true to herself, very much Sonya. So I give her over the amount that we're supposed to do, which is 1 through 10. I'll say 20 because Sheree ate that up. Sheree was my number one because oh my God, spring, summer, September. I'm always the one you'll remember. She ate that. I'm so sorry.
She did, and then you can never, honey. Shrek is the only OG that we will remember, honey, because she is the original OG, honey. Miss Sheba Shrek Whitfield. Okay, yes, honey, and I give it a 10. Her and Kenya are neck to neck to me. It's a tie. I can't choose because both of them were sickening taglines. And they definitely, and Drew, like it's a three-way tie because all three of them were
Yeah,
amazing
yeah.
taglines. So I put them
Those
all, it's
three,
all three.
yes.
Yes. Who was your worst?
The worst, Candy.
Yeah, Kenny
She
was
could
the
have did a
worst.
lot better.
She did a whole lot
She
better,
could have
honey.
did a lot better.
I mean, a whole lot better, really. Um, a whole lot better.
She could have did better.
She really could have done a whole lot better. But shifting the conversation to another show, um, that we're gonna talk about. Basketball Wives is back, honey, for its 10th unprecedented 10th season. Are you what were you shocked that it came back for a 10th season, or were you like, I don't know?
When they said they were coming back with their 10th season, when they first was filming, before they got rid of the production company that they had, Shiny had to let them go. Because they already had a full season already filmed. Um, I wasn't here for it. I thought they were gonna be done because the season before that it got very dark. It was very much about race. And I didn't think they can come back from that. But they did. Um, and baby, this is an all-star cast. This is an
Not
all-star
All Star,
cast.
not All Star. I'm gonna see what's All
It's an
Star about
all-star
it.
cast. It would have been more all-star if Drea would have came back, but it's all-star.
What's All Star about the cast? Like who? What makes it an All Star?
I make it all-star. What makes it all-star is they have an original Miami girl, Jennifer. They have Jackie, who's been running and hailing LA forever. You have Malaysia. You have Brandy that has came back. We haven't heard from Brandy in what 5 years. We haven't heard from Duffy. Went there how long? Went before Tammy was about to whoop her ass. We ain't heard from Angel Brinks in them cheap ass Vegas clothes. We ain't heard from who else is it? Who else is on the cast, baby? Help me. Um, who else? I'm missing somebody, right?
Um,
Them twins is boring. I don't care what
the
nobody say.
twins,
They
Brooke,
don't do it to me.
Brooke,
Brooke can sit down because about time you didn't step back on the scene. Girl, sit down. Sit down. Go and be up under Nicki Minaj. Go and sit down. Brooke, I don't see it for Brooke.
and British,
I'd never seen it for Brooke.
and
So I mean,
British.
British, you're a con artist. Clink clink, don't drop the soap.
Um, I was not surprised that it came back for a 10th season because Basketball Wives, is an iconic show and they're gonna keep it going like that.
Oh, and
Like
Shawnee. I didn't speak about the head bitch.
well,
Shawnee,
Sean's on the show. She's not a cast member. So I
right?
mean,
But I will say she did do her first little pop in though.
first they
Um,
probably and the only one probably.
she
So
said that was her last scene, and the
yeah.
only reason
So
why that's her last scene because her fiance that she's with, he has a huge church, and that would look very bad on his reputation with this show. So I respect the fact that Shani said, "I'm stepping away. I'm going to Houston, and I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna
but she
leave.
was already in Houston. It
I'm
wasn't
gonna
because
leave the.
she.
No, I'm talking about for the season. I'm talking about for the season.
Oh yeah.
She said, I'm gonna pass over the baton to Jackie Christie yet again and
Um.
see where it goes.
I I won't call it the cast all star because the Queen Bee is not on the show this season. There's Evelyn Lozada, my girl, who is the Queen Bee. Because
Evelyn's
without
great
Evelyn,
TV.
there would be no Basketball Wives of LA.
She's great TV.
There would be no
No, it
Basketball
would it
Wives
would be no
period.
basketball wise LA if it wasn't for Gloria Galvan. Let's be
No,
honest.
it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be a basketball LA because if it wasn't for Evelyn Lozada, because Evelyn was the and is the original Basketball Wives. Without her coming on the platform and making it Basketball Wives a household name, there would be no LA honey. She is the original. She is the Queen Bee,
Oh yeah,
and
she is
people can put some
Miami.
respect on her
No,
name,
and
honey. Because
Miami is no
without
longer here. She's no
Miami,
longer here.
without
Next.
Jennifer Williams, Evelyn Lozada, Shawnee O'Neal, them girls, even Royce Reed started out.
Now I would
Yeah, we
say
got
this.
LA.
Now, guess what would have gagged me if they would have brought Royce back? Now I
Oh
would have
God,
gagged.
no, Doris got too much going on with her son, messing with little boys. No, no,
Wait,
no.
who messing with little boys? Huh?
Her son raped her boyfriend's son, so she
Oh my
got a lot going on.
god!
Yes, honey, she
Oh,
got a lot going on. So being back on television is the least of her
see when
worries.
see when y'all don't be in the tea, you get tea.
Child.
Child.
Yes, honey. I posted it on my IG page. I was
But
shocked because
listen,
I was like, she always run her mouth about Evelyn. Always worry about what the fuck Evelyn doing. But your son out here molesting little boys and shit. Worry about that. She be on TikTok dancing and shit, but you ain't watching your son.
right? But let's get to can we just talk about the meats and potatoes of this episode because we really
Um,
don't talk about everything.
I mean, we can get to the meat and potatoes, and that is, the Brandy and Malaysia of it all, their
Yes,
friendship.
yes, yes,
Because
yes.
the world is stunned, like I was stunned that they're no longer friends because they were like freaking friends, they were close, or they were like tight, like they were like sisters. So
Right,
I
but
was
they're not
shocked.
friends due to a lot of situations that Brandy felt like Malaysia wasn't. She felt like Malaysia didn't have her back when it came to Shani versus Tammy. She felt like Malaysia didn't have her back when the Drea situation really. That Brandy was just helling that by herself. Really, I feel like she finally realized, okay, you know what? Uh, Malaysia's cool, but and then when she found out Malaysia didn't really fuck with Duffy like that, and Malaysia was a little jealous of their relationship, that's when you kind of seen it kind of like dwindling a little bit. But they kind of reconnected when she tried to go after Shani. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like it's a lot of things that came into play, like that's those situations, for instance, and then also too, like Brandy said, my father died. I feel like Malaysia was being very honest when she said, I did not know that. I really felt like she was being very honest about that. I don't think somebody would, especially her and how forthcoming she is, I don't think she would have lied about that, to be honest. I really don't. I really felt like that woman did not know nothing about that. She was very shocked when she heard it.
I Like I said, I was shocked that they're not in a good space, but I knew it was some things. That I feel like we only got the surface level on the first episode. We only got surface level kind of
And I
answers
do
to
and
what's
I
going
do
on,
agree. I do
but I
agree.
and I feel like as the season goes and progresses, we'll get more
But we
in
don't
depth
see
on
Malaysia, but let's put this in there too. It's a
what
little
well, hold on.
tea. We don't see
Well,
Malaysia like that though.
but I feel like we're gonna it's gonna get deep enough to
Hmm.
where we'll probably get some more of understanding of why they are in the space that they're in.
Hmm.
Because it's obviously more than that. But I
Right.
understand where Brandy's come from because Brandy. almost died from COVID 2 years ago because I remember when she had COVID, I sent my prayers to her because she was in the hospital fighting for her life,
But
and
didn't Malaysia say
and
something?
she is a cancer survivor, and so someone who is a survivor of cancer, her immune system puts her at a high risk of dying from something like that. So when she said she ain't talked to Malaysia in 3 years, I was like, well, in those 3 years, that's 2020, 2021, 2019, 2020, 2021. That meant that she hadn't talked to Malaysia during time she was in the hospital dying almost from COVID, plus her losing her father. So I'm like, well, damn, Malaysia, where was you at? This is your sister. Like, this is your girl. Like, you're not reaching out to her. You're not calling, checking on her. Like, what the hell happened?
Also, to Malaysia's credit, she does not stay in LA. She's in Atlanta. So I don't even
But
see
she
why
has a
she's still
cell
on the
phone.
show.
There's no
I don't see
excuse.
why she's still on the show, to be honest.
But she has a cell phone, so but she still lives in LA. She still go back and forth. She been
Right, but guess what this reminds
moved
me
to
of?
Atlanta.
To be honest with you, I just feel like the one thing I'm tired of seeing on TV, King, to be 100 with you and to the fans out there and to the inquirers on my side, I'm tired of seeing the same regurgitated storylines. Did we or did we not see Drea and Malaysia get into it behind Drea not reaching out to Malaysia when Malaysia, I believe, father passed away?
Well, her brother,
Brother,
her
I'm
brother
sorry.
had
I'm sorry.
her
But you
brother
see
had
where
a
I'm
kid.
going with that? It's
I
like the
mean,
same,
it's different because
it's same
Malaysia and
regurgitation.
I can see why you would say that, but it's different because Brandy and Malaysia are almost friends, almost 20 years into a friendship. Malaysia and Dre are only a couple of years in, so it wasn't that deep. Now this is deep.
Yeah,
They're
I get what
friends
you're saying.
almost 2 decades.
So do you
Like
think? So do you
Jennifer
think?
and Evelyn, like they have a long friendship like Evelyn had.
So do you think they can come back from this?
Malaysia will have to own her part. That's going to be the issue. Malaysia has to own her faults.
So do you think that Brandy will own her faults?
But I have to see what her faults are because Malaysia has not said what Brandy has done
So
wrong.
what
But
was
her
Malaysia's
accused
faults?
when
Can you explain that to me?
Malaysia not reaching out, not being there with Brandy when Brandy lost her father. When Brandy was going through COVID, she didn't reach out to her.
But she said Brandy wasn't there when she was going through her divorce. So I mean,
Brandy was there. Brandy was on the show. When Malaysia went through a divorce, Brandy was still part of the show. Brandy was there for her girl.
I mean, not through her divorce. After her divorce, I'm sorry.
Brandy was still. They were still cool. Brandy was still there. They didn't fall out until
And let's not forget,
2019.
Gennaro does not pay for his children. Everything is from Malaysia.
Yeah, from Malaysia. And
not on
Brandy,
child support.
He's not because Malaysia's choice. That's her choice. I'm not feel bad for her because you choose not to put the man on child support. You choosing to struggle with paying for your kids stuff. So when you choose to do that, I don't have sympathy for you.
Well, I do, but I feel like her as a woman, I shouldn't have to reach out to you as their father to provide for their children.
She shouldn't. But if their father is not going to step up, and it's your job as a mother to make him do his job, which means putting his wife up in his life to get the money you need for your children, put your pride to the side because it's pride, and that's my problem with her. Put your pride to the side and think about your children because your children didn't ask to be here. They didn't ask to be. They didn't ask to be going for this shit.
Exactly, I agree with you 100%.
But I like Malaysia. Now I like Malaysia. I do
too. I do too. But I just feel like by her running, she ain't never ran away. So
it gives more validity to Brandy. It makes Brandy's story seem more like credible and more like, okay, she must be telling the truth because Malaysia is running. She ran out of Jackie's wedding, her 23rd wedding, ran out of her wedding.
And I'm here for it. I love that Jackie gets married.
But their dress was ugly. She looked like a damn Christmas ornament. I don't know who.
Hey, it is what it is. Like Jackie to me, she's the ultimate basketball wise for LA.
No, she's not. But she's not the ultimate. I wouldn't give her that, but she definitely looked the fool in that damn.
No, I'm talking about for LA, not Miami, not basketball wise in general.
Oh man, LA, she's
the queen, baby.
She's the queen. Yeah, she is. She's the queen of the show.
Connie said, "Here you go, baby. Here go to Baton. Let me go to Houston."
Yeah, she's the queen of the show.
And now she's playing Peacemaker this season, and I feel like Brooke was poking the bear. And that's why in the preview, the trailer, as we see, she flips over the table because it's just like, damn, bitch, you keep poking the bear, you'll get a reaction.
But I feel like,
but Jackie told me what happened.
But I feel like Jackie's not going to do a good job as a peacemaker because
No,
You know.
she actually tries her best, but of course, pride and people ego. It
Yeah,
gets away. I can't control people ego and pride. You get what I'm saying?
I got a big
I can
ego.
only tell y'all to come sit down at the table and have a conversation. It's up to y'all to have a conversation. You get what I'm
It
saying?
is.
So it takes two to tango. And at the end of the day, I feel like you said Malaysia needs to own her part, but Brandy also needs to own her shit too. You know
But
what I'm saying?
whatever Brandy
And
has
stop
done,
pointing.
baby, we
Hold
don't know
on.
what Brandy's
And
done.
stop pointing out just my shit. You get what I'm saying?
But Malaysia has to be the one to point out what Brandy has done to her, and she's not done that.
But I feel
Malaysia's
like,
done
but
is
I feel like,
run.
but I feel
She's
like who is
ran.
that? I feel like Malaysia was looking at it from like the Kenya standpoint. Let's not do this on camera. We should have talked about this off camera.
Nah, I wanna, nah, we can give her that. Malaysia
No,
ran,
no. If you really look at it,
Malaysia ran.
if you call me a sister, why did you wait to come back to the season to talk about this? You could have been
Because
called me.
they had talked in 3 years. Why you couldn't
You could
call
have
me in
been called
3 years?
me. You could have been called me. If it was that deep and
And she
dangerous
could have
to you,
called Brandy.
if it
And
was really that
Brandy has the
serious to
phone
you,
too.
but no, if it was really serious to Brandy like that, like the way it was, why
But
did you call?
if I hadn't talked to you in 3 years, I'm not comfortable. I don't know. I'm not. We in 3 years. I have not talked to you. I'm not comfortable calling you because I don't know where I fit in your life. I don't know where my place is with you. So I'm not gonna call your phone. But now we're
Do
on
you
a show
think? But do
together,
you
and we're
think on
supposed
the
to
other
have to be
hand?
around each other. So
Okay,
we're gonna have the
so
conversation and talk to you.
do you think on the other hand, Malaysia felt the same way?
Malaysia was
No,
avoiding it.
be
Malaysia
honest.
was
Be
avoiding the
honest about that.
conversation. I feel like Malaysia was avoiding the conversation. I feel like Brandon wanted to have the conversation before she got on the show, but Malaysia was avoiding even interacting with this woman. And I felt like Malaysia when Brandy came back to the show doing season 6, when the girls Shawnee, Evelyn, and Tammy took a stand against her being on the show, and they did not want to film with her. Malaysia set that girl up. Malaysia knew these women that want her
And I
around.
feel like,
And you brought your good girlfriend, you brought your sister to
Mhm.
play herself. Like Evelyn said, why would you bring your friend to come play herself? And you knew we didn't want her around when we didn't want her around.
And I
Brandy did
think
not
that's
know
what the
that.
demise was. I think that's where the
That
demise
was wrong.
happened. I feel like she felt embarrassed and she felt like, damn,
Set
Malaysia.
up.
Right. So I feel like right there, that's where the demise of the friendship came from, and I want to bet you that's what they're going to say.
It started, and I think they definitely played a factor into it because I did DM Brandon because that's my girl, and I had to express myself about the situation to her because I was like, Malaysia was never your friend, but because your friend set you up, on that in that particular moment, it was like she set you up because you didn't even know that these girls don't want you around, and you
And what
came to
did
the
she
scene
say?
genuinely expecting them to talk to everybody and see everybody, and you get there and they all get up and leave, and you like when you trying to you like what the hell's going on? And Malaysia knew the whole entire time that these bitches didn't want you around. Like I want to I'm not gonna have my
So
friend
what
play
did she
herself.
say?
She said she was gonna look back, go back and look at that whole thing because she forgot about that. I said, yes, let's go check that out, bro, because that bitch was your friend, huh? She set you up and let you play yourself. So yeah, and she would go back and she would go back and she would go back and rewatch to remind herself. Yeah, like Malaysia
And
set
I'm
you
not
up
gonna
on the
lie.
show.
I'm not gonna lie. When Tammy and Evelyn teamed up for that, I was living.
I mean, I was here for it, but
I
I'm
was
like,
living.
I was like, I didn't like the fact that Malaysia set Brandy up like that because Malaysia, you knew these girls didn't want Brandy around, and instead of you
But
telling
I didn't
Brandy,
kind of.
look,
I
sis,
kind of.
they
I
don't
was
want you
rooting.
around, don't come around. You say, oh, no, come on and
I
come,
was rooting
and
for
she get there
Brandy.
and get embarrassed like that.
I was rooting for Brandy until Brandy. Okay, I'm just about to say it. I'm just about to come out and say it. I was rooting for Brandy until Brandy got into it with Tammy and them. And it kind of like threw me off because it was just like they weren't even talking about you when they was on the beach. They weren't even talking about you. They was happy saying they wasn't in shit. You get what I'm saying? Well, Tammy was saying she was happy she didn't get into shit. So I feel like she kind of like bit her own head off with that one.
But remember who started that shit? Malaysia. Malaysia like, look, Brandy, they're talking about you. Started all
Yeah,
that bullshit.
yeah, for nothing, for nothing.
And had Brandy arguing with this woman for
It was a lot of
nothing.
it was Malaysia knew she didn't have no storyline. So what was she gonna do?
But you put your friend out there like that.
Hello.
You put your friend out there like
Let's go
that.
ahead. What Child, I'm just happy that they back. I'm ready to continue the season. I'm ready to
Me too.
continue
I'm
the
excited.
podcast about it. Um,
Yeah, I'm excited about the girls being back. My
yes,
girl Jennifer, the last standing original OG,
that's a liar
still
and got tank
here.
breath. We'll continue.
I don't know about that because I'm not in the woman's mouth.
Oh, I do. I stand by her, took a
Oh
picture
my
with her,
god!
had a conversation with her. And everybody
Allegedly,
says her breath stink. Everybody says her breath
allegedly,
stink. Everybody says her breath
allegedly,
stink. Even
allegedly,
your good girlfriend Evelyn said her breath stank.
allegedly.
Stinky breath,
Her it
bitch.
was not good now. They're in a good space. God is good.
Stinky breath, bitch.
Um, allegedly. We
Fake
love you here,
plastic
Jennifer. We
bitch.
love you here, Jennifer. You are the
Bougie bitch.
original
Like
basketball wife,
Tammy
honey.
said,
The
you don't know what a food
original.
stamp is?
Jennifer is the original basketball wife. She is the original at the end of the day, and we love you over here, Jennifer.
Not
Uh,
like Eric on basketball wives.
I'm glad Duffy's back. I'm so glad Duffy's back because I feel
I'm
like
sick of
Duffy.
her. Next.
I like Duffy, and I feel like Duffy didn't get a fair shot her first season because
Next.
I feel like the producers set her up and to be attacked by Tammy and bullied by Tammy. So I'm glad that Tammy's gone from the show, and then she did Duffy's back to get her chance to show
I don't
us.
know if I want to continue to DJ or be a family woman. Girl, bye. Next.
Oh, you a hater, but I'm glad Duffy's back.
She's not interesting.
No.
She's not interesting.
But you don't know that because she didn't get a chance to show us first season.
I've seen her on the season. It wasn't interesting.
We didn't see much of her from the season.
I see why
she started getting fighting with Tammy.
I see why she didn't come back. Next.
No, she didn't come back because of Tammy. She didn't come back because Tammy didn't want her on the show. Let's keep it 100. Let's be the reality. The reason why Duffy did not come back is because Tammy went to Shawnee and told Shawnee she did not want Duffy on the show with her, and Shawnee agreed. And Shawnee had the producers come in agreement with her to keep Duffy from coming back the next season because she said on the reunion that Duffy was not coming back. She made it clear on that stage she didn't want Duffy on the show anymore.
She said she didn't give enough. She didn't have substance.
Because they didn't get. She know that she can have. You can't have substance if you setting me up to be fighting with somebody to be somebody's storyline. She was set up, and Tammy was her storyline. So fighting her with her old ass, because Tammy is nothing but a bully. She always bully people.
She disrespected her daughter.
And she met her match. And Duffy swung on
her daughter. She said, "I don't want to beat your ass in front of your daughter." You don't say that to nobody. You don't say that to nobody in front of
she wasn't talking about her. She was keeping it 100. She wasn't talking about her daughter. Because Tammy was acting like her daughter taking her daughter from Duffy was like gonna break Duffy's spirit. Like Duffy didn't know like your daughter, okay? But I want.
But like she told Duffy, my daughter's not here. So what do you want to do?
And she was not about to fight some old ass lady. Like that's her elder.
You know, Tammy would have wore her out anyway.
No, Tammy would have got wore out, and Tammy got knocked out her head. And Tammy got knocked upside her head from Duffy. On that balcony, and
they grabbed her. 7 security was holding her.
If Tammy walked up to fight her, Tammy would have sworn. Tammy didn't even swing. Tammy ain't out that eye. Her old ass. So I'm glad that bitch is off the show. She was old tired and through, honey.
Old tired and through the bully. Reality television.
In a bully. In a bully.
No, that's a very strong word.
A bully.
Very strong.
She's a bully. She is a bully.
I wouldn't say a bully.
Bully. Bully.
I would say she's a boss in a skirt.
Bully. An old ass bully.
No, like
the old ass bully.
Like Beanie told Joe.
Just
girl,
like old ass bully. She's an old ass bully.
Evelyn is a bully.
Evelyn is not a bully. Evelyn never bully anyone on the show. Evelyn never attacked anyone on the show. Tammy is an old ass, ancient ass bully. Yes.
Evelyn is an old, ancient ass bully.
Evelyn's not old, honey. Evelyn's young, honey. Her egg still work, baby. Her egg still work, baby. Her uterus still work, baby. Tammy's does not, honey. Everyone to get pregnant tonight.
She didn't get how many
That's a difference, honey. That's a difference.
She didn't get how many leaves? Her coochie should be through.
Baby, hers is tight, right, and all right, honey, and light, honey. Tammy's mad because
I see why she got mad when Tia said she was loose.
Tammy mad because Tammy ended up on food stamps.
She got mad when she said she was loose.
Tammy mad because she got on food stamps because of her pussy was good to give her baller. So it's okay.
Evelyn loose as a goose, allegedly.
It's okay. And that's alleged because evidence, honey, evidence vagina is all right and tight, honey, and she announced that she got a hole. So
Oh, ain't her last baby daddy Carl Crawford? Oh,
her fiance, yes, her ex fiance.
oh okay.
And she was engaged to him. She was sleeping with him and not getting a ring. She always got a ring. Every man she when she got a ring from. Let's be very clear, honey. She ain't never been a hoe, honey. Let's be very clear. She was always
You can't
white.
make a hoe into a housewife.
So you know she never been a hoe, honey. Never been a hoe. Now tell me, they didn't
That
tell
was
me.
the real jump off in groupie.
Now she never jump out, honey.
It
Never
wasn't
jump out.
Royce, it was her.
No, it was Wars. Wars was one of popping her pussy to every man she was with on the show. Ugly, fat, ugly, nasty looking man on the show, honey.
But no,
Yes.
what is next on the docket?
Um, Nene's lawsuit. The lawsuit of your girl Nene, honey, after she begged, borrowed, and stole to, get back on the show, honey.
Priya's lingo.
Honey, yeah, done bed, borrowed, stole, honey, to get back on the show, and Andy told her the door is closed, honey. And now she wants to sue the network. So what are your thoughts about this lawsuit, honey? This slanderous lawsuit, honey, full of
I feel like it is needed.
I
I feel like no, this is just really my opinion though, for real, for real. I feel like it's needed, but I feel like no shade to my girl Nene. It's the right message, wrong messenger. Only because the wrong messenger is because it seemed like I knew they was gonna try to make it spinning and make it seem like she's bitter because she's not on the show and yada 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 or what have you. But at the end of the day, the lawsuit does have legitimacy to it because she's been complaining about them not being treated fair. And like they just basically gave her ammo recently by them going out doing their own promo pictures and videos and stuff for Atlanta, paying for it themselves. So I mean, it kind of shows that Nene is right about that part in the lawsuit in particular, about them not being able for them to pay for their trips and stuff. They have to pay for it out of pocket themselves. And all these other housewife shows, they pay for it. They have a budget for that specifically. I mean, it's just to me, it's crazy. I'm glad that she's doing it. I'm glad that she's taking a stand. And I feel like everybody that doubted Monique eat their words till today because Monique was right. And I feel like at the end, Nene's going to come out as the winner and victorious. It might take a long time because it is a network. Lawsuits like them don't wrap up that quick. It is corporate law. So it does take a minute. It does take a while. But I feel like this will all be all said and done if Andy was to apologize to her. That's it. It'll really be done if Andy just apologized, to be 100. And if Bravo says, okay, you know what, Nene, you right. But they didn't want Nene anymore. They didn't want her anymore. And I understand that. I mean, like, there go my girl. I understand that. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, she was going to ride that shit till the wheels fell off. That was her baby, like she said. Andy also said, this is the house that Nene has built. So I mean, you can't retract your words that you said on live television, and you can't retract your words that you tweeted. So I mean, at the end of the day, yes, it's some stuff in a lawsuit where people will, I would say, were debunking some of her things. Like she said, "Oh, I was offered spinoff shows or whatever." I mean, yeah, I was offered spinoff shows, but it wasn't the accurate amount that I was asking for. You get what I'm saying? So it's like things like that. So, I mean, we can talk about it more once you say your piece.
As far as this lawsuit, it's frivolous. It's full of reaches. She's not gonna win because everything she's alleging in the lawsuit I have proven that is a contradiction to everything she says because she did say multiple times and even in the lawsuit that she would not. Bravo didn't support her, and Bravo didn't offer lawsuits. But in multiple clips, I've proven and shown that she said they offered me spinoffs. I just didn't take them. So that means that they supported you. They offered you spinoffs before they offered Candy anything. You will offer them. You just to take them. So now that you're mad because they fired your ass, now you want to sit there and say that they didn't give you shit when they did give you shit. Nene is bitter. She's bitter. She's angry. She's mad because they went on without her because At the end of the day, this is not the Nene show. It's an ensemble cast. You don't run the Housewives of Atlanta. You're not an executive producer. You're not the creator. So you don't have the power to tell them when they can and cannot star, who they can and cannot have on the show, when they can do A, B, C, or D. You either take what they offer you, or you can hit the streets. And she didn't want to take what they offered her, so they gladly moved on without her. And they have established cast. So Nene wants to do this lawsuit to waste her money that she has and waste life insurance, because I'm pretty sure she done took all that to pay for
now
this.
That is low.
I'm just saying, because
that is low.
I'm just saying.
I thought you don't talk about people he's passed away. That's low.
I'm just saying she took. I'm being honest.
That's low.
Took some of Greg's life insurance money to pay for these lawyers, because let's be clear, Alicia's doing well, it's doing great, but it ain't been around long enough for to be able to take out money from this restaurant to pay for all its legal fees.
The restaurant is doing well.
It's doing well, but not that well. And she can't afford.
You got a better grade than your girl Candy.
It probably did, but as far as Candy could afford lawyers, then it can't. Candy's working, and he's not. And so when you're not booking gigs and you put out
Nene is working, don't do that.
She's not working. She's not working. The last thing Nene has done is a reboot of a college feel on it, a show about college age students. A 50-plus-year-old woman near 60 doing a show about college.
What is so bad about that? You can't be older and go back to school? Is that what you're saying?
It's for the rejects. It shows you what she's
you can't be
she was from Bravo, honey. She
and go
went
back
from Bravo to BET.
I don't see what the problem is with that.
She went from Bravo to BET. She went from the top to the bottom.
Education.
She went from the top to the bottom. That shows you
going to school to be a lawyer.
She went from the top to the bottom. How you go from Bravo to BET? A network owned by white
people. When you're black.
No, that's not. She fell from grace because she was not humble.
She's blackballed. She's
not blackballed, honey. She's not blackballed. She blackballed herself. She blackballed herself because of her nasty attitude, her nasty ways, her evil energy. People in other productions did not like working with her. She has a bad history, and that's the problem with her. She does not want to acknowledge that she's rubbed people the wrong way. Her behavior on the show. She put her hands on production. How are you going to sue a production company that you said that you physically assaulted multiple production members of Truly Original? Like, how dumb can she be? You can't sue somebody that you physically violated. You assaulted people that work for you. That's the dumbest thing in my life.
I get what you're saying.
It's on camera.
But I feel like some of the stuff that she was saying is accurate. You cannot say that it's not. You can't say that the stuff that she's bringing up, like far as like, the house, like we're talking about the fuck all the other schematic shit. Let's really talk about what's the meat and potatoes of the whole situation. They're not treated fairly as black women. That's just her whole point about the whole situation. It's not about her being on the show or anything like that. It's about what's right. And Nene been saying this for years. This is not the first time I have ever heard of this.
Not years and years, and she still collected her check. So that contradicts.
But I mean,
because it was that bad. If it was that bad, she would have quit the show after season 1. Like she said there and said that lawsuit.
Your contract was obligated to do something. You can't just walk away.
I call BS on that, because if it was
that
bad,
that's true.
No, it's not, because it was that bad. It was that bad and that horrible. She would have walked away after season 1 when she claimed that Kim was such a horrible person, was a racist, said the N-word, but yet you continue to film with this woman. And then you was with her last year, hugged up with her, when they was hugged up with her, reunited with her at some expo. They were playing the Whitney Houston song, "Count Me to the Giving," a friendship that will never end. When you ain't I will be strong. Help me to carry on. They were hugging each other, embracing each other, but this one was racist. She was disgusting. You hated being around her. You wanted the executives to fire her, but y'all hugged up. That contradicts.
Don't get me wrong, but hold on.
That contradicts everything.
Season 5, when she walked away, everybody said she did say the N-word.
No, but Nene wouldn't be hugged
and
up.
That's why they put her on.
Nene wouldn't have been hugged up with the bitch in 2021 if she was that bad. That contradicts everything.
But didn't Greg die in 21?
It was. I posted the receipt. It was last year.
Yeah, so it was like what, after or before?
No, after that 2021.
No, I'm asking, was it before Greg's passing or after?
It was. Did Greg pass? Well, I don't know when was it last. When did Greg pass?
Last year.
It was I don't know when I think it was like in March.
It was
So it was
last year.
early.
Let me see.
It was
Let me
in
see.
March. It was early 2021, February, March, when that video was put out.
Greg died September 1st, 2021.
So it was way before Greg passed away. So you can't use Greg as an excuse for them getting together. That's you can't use that. And then it's full of shit. She's full of shit. Everything I put out, it contradicts Nene's whole stance in this lawsuit. She trying to use the moments from other shows to prove a point, like with the whole Ebony Williams thing. But Ebony Williams said on her own, said this year, how much she adores Ramona, how much Ramona should come back on the show. A woman that she said was racist.
No, the expo was Sunday, November 14th, 2021. So it was after.
And it was after.
It reminds you, Kim went to the lounge for the
But they want to repass. There was an expo, and still this bitch is something. If this bitch is such a racist, why would you be hugging her? I don't give a damn if somebody passed me or not. If she is this disgusting person that you have put in this lawsuit, that you want executives to fire, that you do not want to be around, and she made you so uncomfortable, you would not be hugged up with the bitch 2021.
Can I say this though too? I feel like her and Kenya have spoken. I feel like
no, they have not spoken.
Well, it seems like it because Kenya keeps like, oh, Nene's this, like Nene's it. Like she's saying great things about her. Like it's not shady. No, for real. Like if you really listen to her,
Kenya is a bigger person. Kenya can actually say great things about her. Nene cannot. Nene cannot say anything positive about Kenya. It's always negative or anyone.
I don't think that's true.
Kenya's a bigger person. That's a difference. Kenya's a bigger person. Kenya has a heart. Kenya can actually say nice things about somebody that has spit at food at her, that called her baby a buffalo. Kenya still can say nice things about somebody that's done all those things to her. That shows you the character that Kenya has.
Kenya has said nasty things too. Like
no, she's not called somebody a buffalo. She never spit food at anyone, never threw food at anyone. She never fought anyone. Those are the lowest things you can do to anybody.
I mean, yes, it is, but I mean, like everybody has a breaking point.
I know. No, you can't. You
have to be fair, King.
That's not fair. That's not fair. I'm not gonna be fair.
Let me say this. I feel that sometimes you could be biased to situations. Reason being is when Monique versus Candace happened, you still team Monique. Monique was right. Monique was right. Period. But when Portia dragged Kenya, Portia was wrong. I didn't understand.
She was wrong because Kenya. The difference is when Candace and
they both did the same thing. But
no. Because the difference is Kenya never touched Portia. Kenya never touched her face. Kenya never put her hands on that woman. Portia decided to put things in her face. Kenya with Monique and Candace actually touched Monique's face. And Monique was pulled back by someone else. So at that point, you touched my face.
By Giselle.
Two totally different scenarios. So you can't compare the
reunion. Monique said at the reunion, I didn't know that was Giselle's hand. I thought Candace pushed me.
But Candace touched her face.
Okay.
I mean, period. So,
two
different situations.
Two wrongs don't make a right.
But you trying to compare. You can't compare those two because they're two totally different.
I mean,
isolated situations where Kenya was
but I mean, if we're gonna be fair, we have to have a fair playing ground.
But Kenya was assaulted and attacked. Candace was not. Candace was attacking and got her ass beat. Two totally different. Two totally different. But your girl, she's looking sad out here in these streets, honey. It's sad.
No.
She's going out like this. It's sad. She looks sad.
Okay, well, this has been a great conversation.
It has. It's been fun. It's been a great conversation. I've enjoyed it tonight, y'all. I've enjoyed talking with him tonight.
Yes, it's been such a delight to talk to you today.
Yes.
It's been so beautiful.
I had fun. I enjoyed talking with you too. It was a great show tonight, y'all. Um, where can they follow you?
Yes, you can follow me at the People Want to Know on Instagram, and you can also follow me on Twitter at TPW No Child. That's on Twitter, and we're gonna be, giving you guys some good stuff. Also here on YouTube land. You can go ahead and follow me. The People Want to Know, and we're here. We're here.
Yes. Well, thank you for coming by. Thank you guys for listening. And on that note, we are out.
Yes, 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 yes. Thank you so much for having me. It's been such a great experience. Girl, I had such a good kiki with you.
Yes.
And we're gonna go ahead and continue to do what we need to do.
Yes. And we'll come back with more and have more conversation with you guys. And it's always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Always, always.
And on that note, y'all,
Good night.
we're out.
Good night. Good night. You want me to drag you? You want me to drag
I'm going with the weird fabulous. Now twirl, twirl, twirl. Yes.
you? No, no, no.